Storm already underway.
We got a lot of snow last night, so it's looking like full winter here, finally, and it's setting up to be an incredible ski weekend. It's definitely winter coming down hard.
That snow expected to move into the metro area this weekend with the best chance for a few inches on Sunday. Boulder County, the latest among hundreds of government entities to file a lawsuit against e-cigarette maker Juul Labs. In Boulder County, 33% of high school students say they vape.
That's significantly higher than the state and more than double the national average. So we knew that we really needed to be responsive to our community given these high use rates.
That's Boulder County Health's Brittany Carpenter. The suit alleges the company targeted its product toward underage users. And in sports, the Avs skate against the Devils tonight. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you'd treat you.
There's a few slow spots in the usual places in the drive across town as we approach the Friday midday. Downtown, northbound I-25 starting to stack up from 6th Avenue, traveling up towards Colfax. Southbound slow, south of I-70, traveling down towards Spear as well. Big delays still due to construction on the north end. Northbound I-25, solid stop and go, approaching 144th. Doesn't let up until you get well north of the 128th bridge there. Looking good up by 136th. Eastbound I-70 remains slow either side of Peoria as well. The weather forecast is going to be mostly sunny, breezy today with the high of 49. Right now cloudy and 44. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year automatically, with no limit to how much they'll match. Millions of people a year are getting their cash back matched. Discover Cash Back Match. What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/cashbackmatch.
Do you know what your mortgage rate is? A lot of homeowners have no idea, and that can be a problem. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing. Today's rates are the lowest they've been in over a year, and a lower rate can put hundreds back in your monthly budget and save you thousands in interest over the life of your loan, sometimes tens of thousands. So make today the day you call American Financing. A salary-based mortgage consultant can provide you a free mortgage review and help you find the best option for you. No pressure, no obligation, and no upfront fees ever. You know what else? American Financing doesn't start your loan term over, so you choose your refinance benefits and how long you want your term to be. Don't put a mortgage refinance off any longer.
Now an additional 3.
The only thing, it's points though. You know, where like Capital One is cash.
No.
This is cash. They give you a check.
Is it cash?
Yeah,
they gave me my 2%.
The 2% rebate is cash.
Yeah.
But the credit card accumulates points, not cash.
Not Costco's.
You sure?
Yeah. No.
My
they
Capital
check
One doesn't. My Capital One.
The Capital One is cash, but like my city card is points.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have a point card.
No, they give you a check.
Well, that's not true. I got a Frontier.
February or something like that.
Yeah, I think for the accumulation so many points, then you get a check.
Right.
Right.
You know, I never use that Frontier card though. I've got so many points, but the only place we ever fly Frontier is Vegas.
Vegas, not enough points.
It's $29.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints, try to make your life just a little bit better. Wow, that's a mouthful. Let me tell you what it means, though. It means $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services over the past 40 years. Tom started this because he was sick and tired of people getting ripped off, even small stuff where it would never make sense to get an attorney, or possibly you can't afford an attorney and some contractor is holding you hostage on something. That's what this show's about. And if you want to shine this spotlight on some deadbeat out there, please let us know. 303-713-8255. It's also Car Day. And we're going to go to the lines in a second to Kelsey, and I'll get everybody caught up on that very quickly. But in studio with me, like I said, it's Car Day. Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Rod Greer with JFR Cars. Guys, who were we talking to on that vehicle?
He dropped off.
He did, but let's finish it up. Who was it?
Gary.
So Gary sent us an invoice on repairs for a diesel. You guys have looked at it. What kind of vehicle is it real quick?
This is an 06 Ford 3/4 ton Super Duty with the 6.0 diesel.
So it's a 6.0 diesel, the repair shop. How much to repair everything?
They're just a little bit north of $7,900.
So about $8,000. If you guys look at that, because it's a diesel and everything else, does that look in line, or is there anything outrageous there?
pricing, I think they're okay. It's just a ton of work.
Okay, so the pricing seems normal.
Yeah.
Now, more importantly, I'm going to ask Rod Greer with JFR Cars, what's the value of that vehicle?
I'm showing about 10 grand retail.
So why in the hell would you put $8,000? And I'm talking to him, and I'm hoping he's listening. Really think about what Rod just said. You're going to put $8,000 into something that retails at 10, and I'm guessing wholesale on that's probably about 8.
Wholesale on that thing's about that nickel, 5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, that
so
6.0 takes a big dump.
You're putting $8,000 into something that trades around this country at $5,000. So watch it. I mean, guys, would you do it?
No, particularly with that 6.0. I mean, it's hard to even unload those 6.0 diesels.
So that's why they're so cheap wholesale. It's time to move on to a different vehicle, man. I really hope you're listening. Now,
he is listening. I asked him he had to leave, but he is listening.
Oh, good. So really think about it, man. Now, here's where that could be an issue. If he still owes $10,000 on it or something crazy, then he's going to have a car payment there and have to go buy something else. People do end up in very strange predicaments with bad equity in vehicles. I mean, it's really crazy. It's really crazy, and we'll talk a little about that with Rod. Now, real quick, we had a caller call up Monday. His parole officer actually called us and said, hey, this guy just got out. His wife, ex-wife, I should say, was in Florida. She committed suicide. His 2 kids need to get here. We don't know how to get those kids here. He doesn't have any money. He just got out of the can. So the bottom line is that's it. We're trying to help these girls get back. And over the last 24, 48 hours since we've been talking about this, we have gotten a few calls from people like Kelsey. And Kelsey, I assume you were a friend of Christina who committed suicide, correct?
So I'm actually a family member of Christina's.
Oh, okay.
Dad.
So what can you shed some light on this? Go ahead.
So I just want to preface what I'm about to say. But I want to make it very clear. I'm not trying to sling mud at Mike. He's probably a perfectly decent human being. I've not met him. Look, I'm an attorney here in Texas, and I just know what the public record tells me about Mr. Danford. Back in 2017, Christina actually took out a temporary order of protection to keep Mike away from her and her daughters. He had to stay 500 feet away from them. Now, I called the county that protective order was issued out of this morning, and there's, in fact, an active warrant out for Mike's arrest for violating that protective order.
And what county is that in?
Now, that's Minnehaha County, South Dakota, where Sioux Falls is.
I want, Daphne, we need to get with the parole officer, Dan, excellent, and get it. It's Minnehaha. That's really the name of the town, Minnehaha? That's wild.
No, that's the name of the county.
Or the county?
Town is Sioux Falls.
Okay.
And
Sioux
I
Falls.
just contacted the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office, and they verified that there's an active warrant for Mike's arrest for the violation of that protective order.
Got it.
Now, I did speak a bit to Christina's family this morning, and it's my understanding that Mike has not seen these girls in about 3 years. And he was fairly inconsistent in their lives prior to that. I make no judgment. It sounds like a lot of what Mike does is construction, so a lot of that, he has to be in Colorado because that's where his connections are. That doesn't change the fact, and I understand, everybody, these girls just lost their mom. I understand the desire to get them back with their dad. The thing is Mike and his family have not seen these girls in about 3 years. They're 10 and 12. They just lost their mother. Christina's family, her parents, and both of her adult siblings have spent a lot of time over the course of the last 3 years with these girls, and they're there in Florida with them. The concern from everyone surrounding this, and quite frankly, my concern from a legal standpoint, is if you take those girls away from the family that they're with now, you're going to do irreparable emotional damage to girls who are already in a situation that no 10 and 12-year-old should ever have to be in. I understand the desire for Mike to have his kids, but Mike's not in any position to take care of his children.
Well,
additionally, I've heard, I spoke to...
Kelsey, hold on one sec. Kelsey, hold on one sec. Go ahead, Daph.
Christina is the one who took those kids to Florida, and Michael's family lives here in Colorado. So...
Okay.
Correct, but the girls were not in Colorado prior to going to Florida. They were in South Dakota prior to going to Florida. So it's not like Christina took her kids out of Colorado away from Mike's family. The children already did not live there. Mike had actually lived in South Dakota with Christina for a while.
But Kelsey,
and then left.
you do understand, this his parole officer will have interest if there actually is a warrant out there. In fact,
right.
let me do this. Hey, Dan.
Yes.
I'm being told by someone named Kelsey that in Minnehaha County, Sioux Falls, there is a warrant out for Michael, or South Dakota.
Okay, and it is my understanding if there is, it's not a criminal warrant and it's non-extraditable because they would have released him to a detainer here in Colorado.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. She's saying that he had basically a temporary restraining order way back when. Kelsey, how come they didn't get that turned into a permanent one? I mean, anybody, I can literally get a temporary restraining order against anybody at any time. So, I mean, to me, that's really not that big of a deal whatsoever.
Right, and I certainly can't reach into the mind of Christina and ask her why she didn't turn it into a permanent protective order. It may, there's so much speculation that could go on.
But Kelsey, you realize he really does have custody of these kids. That's a real thing, and they are his blood. They are his children.
I understand that better than anyone. I'm a licensed attorney here in Texas. I understand that he's their dad.
Yeah.
I also understand, when in speaking to Christina's family this morning, it's my understanding that Mike's parents, his dad and his stepmom, informed the temporary custodian that they were not in any position to take the girls. And in fact, because they told Mike no, they were afraid that he was going to hurt them.
Yeah, but they figured something else. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to play God on this. I want to get these kids back to where the custody is. The custody's here.
I think it's wonderful that there are so many people out there that love these girls, that want to take care of them. And I understand that Mike has custody, and I understand what the legal what the legal boundaries are and what the legal requirements are. This is my plea. Those girls are so much better off emotionally, which is the most important thing for them. What's best for them emotionally in the days, it hasn't even been a week since they lost their mother. They're so much better emotionally in Florida with the family that they're currently with.
Are you the one that wrote up this power of attorney?
No, that is not me.
Okay.
I think it's based on what I listened to. You said it seems like kind of a wacky power of attorney.
Wacky. It's basically saying that he's giving the kids up. It's more than wacky.
Yeah.
It's someone's trying to okey doke him, and we were wondering if it was you. That's all.
No. I'm not. I can't write up a power of attorney. They would go from Florida to Colorado. I'm not licensed in either one of those states. You also typically see those a lot in CPS cases. So I would double check with Florida CPS to see if that's where it came from.
Yeah. Anyhow, we appreciate everything. I'm not sure what to tell you, honestly.
No, and I'm not asking for any sort of answers or anything like that. I just wanted to ensure that y'all, and I think you guys, I'm not real familiar with your work, but it seems like you guys do a lot of great things for people.
Yes.
And not that Mike's not a decent human being. I just wanted to make sure that Christina's family side of the story had been told to y'all and also to all of your listeners.
Well, I appreciate that, Kelsey. In fact, make sure everybody knows, too, they can always go to Facebook and they can rewatch the video, or you can download the iHeart app and you can listen to this. You can listen to us on podcast anytime as well. So we do appreciate you calling in. Daphne, make sure we keep her information, please. I don't mind keeping everybody abreast of what's going on, or if we have any questions. I'm not going to play God on where these kids should go. The dad's here, and we're trying to help him get his kids back. I mean, that's how the call came in. Although I would like people's opinion on it. She does shine a little bit of a different light on it. But you know what? Once again, I'm not God.
Want military-grade gear delivered directly to your doorstep? Join over 200...
What do I got?
1,000 customers already geared up with Crate Club, the box built by Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Delta Force, and Special Ops guys. You'll receive seasonal tactical and survival...
What do you guys think?
...to be better prepared at home and on the road.
There's always two sides.
I think if anybody wants to block it, they're going to have to get a child advocate involved and let somebody else sort it out. So, well, yeah, he's got custody. There's nothing you can do. So, you're going to have to fight it.
You should have asked Kelsey how long was he in Florida.
No, but how about us helping?
Do we know how long they were in Florida?
You can only do the right thing.
feel like I'm in that game Berserk.
Here's what it means to become the banker. It
Yeah,
Did you ever play Berserk? It's got this big ball at the end that would bounce and chase you out.
credit card. Then you can supplement your retirement as well.
How long were they in Florida, Mark?
I thought you said 3 years.
They were there 3 years?
I don't think they were there that long at all. I'm not going to argue. I mean, you know what? The mother created all this.
Yeah.
She created every fucking bit of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of shitty that she did that to those kids.
Kind of shitty my ass. It was full on shitty.
Full on shitty.
But is he the solution to their shitty problem?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Well, and my morbid freaking humor when she said she couldn't reach into the mind of Christine, I thought, well,
all right, American Restoration 24/7. If you ever find yourself with a fire, a flood, a storm, maybe mold, any chemical contamination, toxins, asbestos, meth, lead, I'm trying to think of everything this guy deals with. But you're getting the point. Rock. And he owns American Restoration 24/7. This is the kind of number you put on the fridge, because when something happens, like a fire or flood, you need to know who to call and who to call fast. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST. What the hell? Are they like jackhammering on the damn... You need to get up on top and tell these guys to calm it down with the jackhammer. Did you get that FM transmitter ordered for me? Tell Dominic I want it installed quickly, not like our office he promised 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because she moved out to Florida from South Dakota to meet this guy.
Well, you know, but still, I mean, the dad has not been in the kid's life to
Oh,
where
no, I totally understand.
the girls
that.
look towards him for some sort of support. I mean, that's crazy. He can't even take care of himself right now. So why is he trying to fight to get the kids? I never understand that.
I tell you what, I don't know what 8 months in the prison does to you, but I mean, there's a lot of soul searching there too.
Well, I mean, but there's one, in reality, he's still in a halfway house, so, you know.
But if they're going to go live with the grandmother.
No, I get that, but they don't know the grandmother either.
I have a hard time with that one. That he's fighting hard.
He doesn't have to give up custody, but at least temporarily.
Right. But he's fighting hard so that somebody else takes care of the kids. That's what I have a hard time with.
So when he gets out of the halfway house, he's still going to be relying on his mom to raise the kids while he's doing his thing.
And there's stuff like the neighbor in Florida wanted to have them. That's not.
Well, they're not puppies. You can't just
I know
bounce
it.
them around the country.
I know it.
But if they know her family, that seems to be the most stable place for them.
12 years old. I wonder if they went to a judge, if the judge would ask.
The judge would probably talk to him anyway.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
But it's
the
not
kids.
a custody issue. The dad
At least listen to him.
Right.
The 12-year-old, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, those kids right now, though, would be useless to talk to them. Their mother just get. I mean, their entire lives just changed.
Yeah.
No doubt, though, if you kill yourself because of a boyfriend.
My boyfriend does not have that much influence over me.
Let's hope
That's
not.
good to know.
You're strong, buddy.
Yeah. You're a rock.
How'd you know his name? I knew he'd be going on.
You'll never get cataracts. You'll never need glasses. They'll never tint or yellow. They'll never wear out.
Is there any card questions lined up on the board?
Is there?
There is not.
Yeah, if you need to head on out.
Yeah, I'm going to get on out of here. Sorry to do it to you.
Hopefully it's something small, yeah?
Check.
Yeah, she should be out pretty quickly, I hope.
Good.
And, she's one of those people who have these chronic kidney stones.
Oh, man.
Dude.
Who?
My wife.
Oh, my God, they're painful as hell, aren't
yes.
they?
I've been at the hospital since 4 this morning.
Are you serious?
It's been crazy.
Let's give your stick for 1 minute. Let's give all your info out.
Okay.
And then cut out.
Denver's talk station,
Kidney stones were horrid.
God, that's horrible. How many has she passed or whatever?
She's got 2 in both, in one of their, one in each tube, and then she's got multiples in her kidney.
All right, 303-713-8255. We have absolutely just one line open. Any car questions? Speaking of cars real quick, I want to ask our guest, Rod Greer. So why would someone go through a broker like you over just shopping around?
It's a lot easier, per se, and if you have a budget, we line you up with the vehicle that you're needing for the family. There's no haggling back and forth.
And you generally are going to have way better than a retail price.
All day long, in most cases.
Yeah.
If a car is hot, that's something we can't touch. But,
of course.
But,
so if someone calls you up, though, basically it can be anything like, hey, we're looking for a decent minivan for the family, or they can call up and say, hey, I'm looking for like a 2014 or 15 Hyundai Santa Fe. I mean, they can get really they can dive into exactly what they want, or you can pretty much find something that'll work for them.
They can get exactly what they want. If not, there's we're going to come darn close as possible. But not only used cars, but we have access to new cars as well.
A lot of our listeners actually have left feedback on you guys. You guys do a good job, man.
Great. Thank you.
Rod Greer, JFR Cars, 303-520. 6839. Any vehicle you're looking for. In fact, if you're looking at one at a dealership right now, a used vehicle, I don't care what year, make, model it is, I bet this guy can find the same thing in better shape for less money. 303-520-6839, jfrcars.com, and of course he's on the referral list. All right, let's jump on to the phones here. Bonnie Shields, what are we bringing Bonnie up for real quick? Hold on. Go ahead, Daff.
She looked at the power of attorney.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Hey, Bonnie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing great. We haven't talked for a while, man. I am really looking forward to, when are we going to see that show in Parker?
I think in March. I think it's in March or so, maybe April.
Yeah, Suzanne and I are looking really forward to that. I was very impressed by Parker's little community theater. But anyhow, you looked at this power of attorney. To me, this thing seemed pretty open-ended on everything. These kids basically just need something to travel. What do you make of it? Just give me what you think of it.
Well, I think that whoever drafted this up either didn't know what was needed or they were trying to pull something over.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And in fact, I think I just talked to her, to be quite honest.
The power of attorney flat out gives them the right to, write permission slips for field trips. Why would they need that signed if they're just going to transport these children to South Dakota for a funeral and he's coming to pick them up and bring them back to Denver and enroll them in school? All that's unnecessary.
It's crazy.
It looked more like a just handing over custody kind of thing. So I've been drafting in my office. Really, it needs to be one simple paragraph, and you let me know who to email it back to, and I'll do that.
Email it to Daphne, and that's exactly what we'll do. I looked at this thing, and I told the guy this morning, I said, man, if you sign this, you're insane. You're absolutely insane. I don't even understand why half this stuff is in here.
It shouldn't be. So either somebody just took a form and filled in some stuff,
yeah,
or they purposely added that stuff, and I don't know which it is.
Yeah.
Do you know when he's supposed to get these kids by?
Well, basically we got to get the power of attorney to the grandparents who are in Florida right now, and they're going to bring the kids back to South Dakota, and then we're going to try to get the kids back here to Dad. So just send it over to Daphne. In fact, we really appreciate it, Bonnie. I mean, seriously, and anybody listening out there, Bonnie Shields, she is such a great woman. Anything family law related. I mean, anything from divorces. Give the gamut, Bonnie. Besides, divorce is a big one, but what else you're doing?
Oh, I do a lot of divorce, custody, common law marriages, protection orders, and a lot of modification of child support and parenting time.
One of the things Bonnie does, too, if the husband and wife, or, regardless, if the two spouses have an issue and they're going to get divorced, mediation Bonnie can do too, and that saves people a fortune, doesn't it?
It saves a fortune. That's my favorite kind of case to get, by the way.
Yeah, but they have to be reasonable with each other, don't they? They can't be fighting constantly. It's kind of funny. A couple that is going through a separation or a final divorce, or a final separation, however you want to look at it, God, they can be so mean to each other. They could really just throw bad money away just left and right, just out of spite. I bet you see it all the time, don't you?
I do see it all the time, and I tell people it's a very emotional time, but if you can, the best thing to do is make good business decisions. Those are going to affect your children, too. If you try to treat everything as much as you can as a business decision,
Yep.
so you're not cutting off your nose to spite your face,
Yep.
that's a good idea. And there is no sense in giving all the money to the attorneys and then not having anything left, because it's hard enough to take your income for this family, and now 2 families are going to be existing on it. It's very, very difficult.
I told Suzanne if we ever get divorced, I get you, though. You're my attorney.
I've already committed to Suzanne.
Damn it! All right, Bonnie Shields. Hold on. Bonnie Shields, attorney at law, 303-798-1927. Honestly, any family law matters whatsoever. Bonnie, we really appreciate you getting that power of attorney. We're going to get it over to Michael. I don't need to talk to Michael again, Daff. 303-798-1927, BonnieShieldsLaw.com. All right, let's take a quick break. We're going to get back. We've got a Subaru comment. A girlfriend on probation made her sign papers. I don't know what that means. A furnace company said there's no gas. Once again, we're going to dig into these matters. My name's Mark Major, and you're on the Troubleshooter Network.
There's no gas. Where is that one that says no gas? Furnace company said no gas pressure, natural gas companies. Oh, so it's a line.
I think we just talked to who wrote up that fucking power of attorney.
Colorado Natural Gas, or with the gas company. Oh, they keep it. It's a very.
Yeah, she was well spoken.
Well, that's what I mean. It's kind of like regular.
Except for the y'all.
Something's got to be plugging the line.
I think that's who wrote that fucking thing, though.
Now that the attorney from Texas. Yeah.
I knew that that was a full-blown okey doke there. Here, sign this, dumb Michael.
Yeah.
No, who wanted him to sign this? I mean, why did they send it to him?
They can't travel with the kids without a power of attorney.
Gotcha.
First thing I'm reading, and it was the same stuff. I'm going, why would any of this need to be in there?
Yeah.
I mean, they go into every decision, school and field trips, and
just in case.
Maybe that is just a generic form. Okay, hold on.
This is not a generic form.
Some firms settle. Denver trial lawyers, they fight. In fact, they fight so hard in a couple cases, $70 million for a birth injury, $22 million for medical malpractice. If you have any issues with a product, maybe a doctor, a hospital, a therapist, a nursing home, assisted living facilities, these are attorneys that'll fight for you. 303-571-5302. 303-571-5302. DenverTrialLawyers.com.
I mean, hell, just in the first couple of lines, they get to make the education decisions. Well, we're not going to yank them out of their current schools. I mean, now they're not leaving Florida. I mean, come on.
Well, I wonder if you could prove that she did it. You'd get her for lying about it.
Good luck.
Lying on what?
Well, she said she didn't do it.
Yeah, who cares, though? I mean, either way, who really cares? She's not going to sign it. He had a temporary restraining order. Yeah, okay, I can get one on her. You know how easy it is to get a temporary restraining order?
I've had 3 on you today.
I'm trying to make 2 of them permanent.
First one didn't work. I have majors, not major. So.
They're really trying to throw. They're really trying to throw him under the bus.
But you know how that works. Even like in a divorce, I mean, families take sides. It's just...
They simply forget, though, what this woman just did to the kids.
Yeah.
That whole part gets fucked
trying
out.
to come in and take, they think they're doing what's best for their sister or whatever who did what she did.
I know.
So, but this lawyer in Texas was just a friend.
No,
she was family.
She's related to the girl.
She was the cousin's uncle's nephew's sister. Now get your shit straight, boy.
But she's not from Arkansas.
Or She's in Texas.
Hey, that's why. You know why they can't solve cases in Arkansas?
Oh, yeah, I heard that on it. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No dental records and the DNA's
all the same.
The DNA's all the same and no dental records. I love that. Still, one of my favorites though was Depends. That's a great joke. There's no way I can tell that one on the air, though.
No.
Well, you could, but yeah.
Probably be the last joke I tell on the air.
Dr. Johnny Fever, signing off.
I love the one.
I love that show.
I love the one where the cop, the state patrol guy comes in.
Beat his fly trap,
and he's got to hit the button. Every
faster.
time he takes a shot, he's got to hit the button. And he's getting faster. The cop's getting pissed. You never see anything like this.
No, without a doubt, the Thanksgiving one with the turkey.
I have a T-shirt Daphne got me that has that on it.
Les Nessman didn't know turkeys couldn't fly.
The quote was, "For the life of God, I thought turkeys could fly."
It wasn't Les that couldn't think. It was who was the guy in charge?
Mr. The fat guy.
Right.
Mr. Nelson.
Was it Nesbitt? No.
I can picture him in his office perfectly. You had Lonnie Anderson, and then you'd walk into his office, or you'd go back into the station.
Yeah.
Mr. Nelson. It is. No, it's not.
No, you're thinking Nessman. That keeps throwing you off.
Yeah, that's what.
Mr. They always called him Mr. too.
Arthur Carlson, there you go. Mr. Carlson.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Mr. Carlson, that's it.
Please don't waste your money with these liars and cheaters who use amniotic fluid, umbilical cord, and other fluids they have shipped into the clinic. And I'm sorry if I offend people, but you gotta figure
Oh my goodness.
fluids shipped into their clinic.
So you're still spearing pigs in February? Is that when you're doing it?
March.
March.
Maybe, if we can put it all together, yeah.
They just had a hunting commercial on. Did you hear it?
So, Rocky Mountain Roosters?
Yeah. Have you been there?
No.
I don't think I've ever heard a hunting commercial before.
Yeah, you got Rocky Mountain Roosters and Kiowa Creek, and there's a couple of them. It's caged birds.
But they're right. They plan them.
Yeah,
well, I've seen those caged birds humble a lot of good shooters too, though. I'll tell you what. So.
Yeah, they don't take off and fly right away.
But
not necessarily.
Right. But don't they come down a lot easier?
Why
than
not just shoot them on the ground, though?
Well, they usually won't get up as wild.
Why, I guess I don't get it. Why
don't you?
Well,
it's not sporting.
It's not sporting. I mean,
you want to get them up. It's not sporting. You got to give them a chance.
You got to go kick them.
Yeah,
get out of here!
Like I love when people buy chuckers. I've actually seen the dogs walk out of the field with chuckers.
Yeah, carrying
never
them,
shot.
I like this. Oh, this is at over the rainbow.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. No,
you ever seen this
guy?
guy?
What's his name?
I don't know. It's a Hawaiian name. He's about 600-pound guy.
No.
He is deceased.
He's dead?
Yeah.
He
extremely popular.
What did he die from? A heart attack? If he's 600.
Diabetes, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad. What a voice, though.
Yeah. Finding Forrester. It's a movie. You ever seen that?
Finding Forrester?
Yeah.
No, never seen it.
Good
That's
movie.
him? It's about him?
No. He is singing this song in that movie.
Oh, he's actually in the movie.
No. Just his voice.
Oh. No, I haven't seen that. You mean Finding Silverman? The one in Hawaii?
No. Finding Forrester.
I don't think you're right.
I think
you're wrong, Kevin.
You can think all you want.
That's Kevin Calkin, and he's given wrong information out, right? Right, Ugly Ed? 303-713-8255. How do you argue with that? You can't.
I just shake my head when you
just shake your head. Okay, fair enough. David, you have a comment on that Subaru. We had a woman call up, and oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I was thinking of the Lexus. Actually, on the Subaru, her son had 25,000 miles on a Subaru they bought brand new, I assume, and the dealer would not warranty the engine because they could not prove, well, two things. One, they couldn't prove they did any oil changes except for a couple, and two, it was all sludged up. So what's your comment, David?
Well, I know nobody ever keeps the receipts they get from the auto stores, but if you just open up an account with your phone number at the auto stores, auto parts stores like O'Reilly's or whatever, they can pull that stuff up for years.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a good idea. So if you are a do-it-yourselfer, you can actually create an account like a shop and do it.
Right. I mean, yeah, you can put it under your phone number. You get the O'Reilly's little card thing or whatever, just like you do with King Soopers or anything else.
Good comment, man.
AutoZone or anything else.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good comment.
If she didn't do that, maybe the other listeners would listen and do that so they have proof of stuff if they ever lose it, because nobody keeps those receipts.
You know what I'm shocked about, David? I have two guys here, like Jeff Fick with Kimmer Transmission and Kevin Calkin with Sheridan, and you guys didn't come up with this basic information.
Really? Nobody said anything about that?
No.
Nothing whatsoever? Nobody said they might be able to look it up by your name or your phone number?
No.
That never came up in conversation?
Did not hear it. Did you hear it, Kevin? I didn't hear it.
I heard it, but yeah, you have selective hearing.
David, thank you for that
Well,
info, man.
I do that for a living, and I appreciate you guys helping everybody out. You helped me out about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, cool, David. That's good, man. Thank you, sir. 303-713-8255. One line open. Mike, what's going on with you, man? Michael? Mike. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. 303-713-8255. Check that line 1. Brian, what's going on with your girlfriend, man? What's happening here?
Hey, how you doing? It's kind of a odd situation that's going on, and I've been questioning it for the past year.
Okay. Well, run it by us, man.
What's that, sir?
Run it by me. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll try to make the story kind of short. But,
I doubt it.
She was a passenger in her car.
Okay.
Car got pulled over. The driver got popped.
What do you get popped for?
Methamphetamines.
In the car. Got it.
Correct. And they also charged her for that.
Why did they charge her? Where was the meth? Was it in the vehicle or on his person?
It was on his person and in the car.
Did he take full responsibility for it, or no?
He tried to deny what was in the car was his.
Okay.
So she got charged. She got the charge for that.
You know what's weird is he already had it on his person, but he throws her under the bus. Would that amount of meth actually bring it to a new level?
I have no clue.
Okay, so what happened, though? Keep going. They both got popped.
Yeah, they both got popped. She went to jail for 3 or so days.
I'm sorry, 3 days?
Yeah, I think she had like 3 days in jail.
Okay.
Saw the judge, did all that stuff, and then got an offer for a misdemeanor.
Okay.
For 2 years probation. And she had to hire I guess you would call it a lawyer that's doing like civic duty, because she couldn't have a public defender because he had a public defender. So
well, who cares? So she got a lawyer. Keep going.
Yeah, and then the lawyer told her, because he was going to fess up and say, yes, it was all mine, to get her out of charge because it was all his.
Okay.
But the lawyer said, I don't think that's going to work. They're offering you this deal, 2 years probation. You should just take it.
Okay. So she took it, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
So she took it. She said, well, I didn't do anything. And she doesn't do drugs. But she took it. She said, whatever. I don't want to deal with this.
Okay.
So she took it.
Remember, this was the quick story.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, but really, Brian, where does this go, though? What's the question? Help me.
Well, the question is she took it down there, got transferred on probation up here to Denver.
Okay.
And she's having to do all this probation up here in Denver, but it's under a wrong last name. And the probation officer and everybody else keeps having her sign a wrong last name. She has no association with this last name.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So when she signs something, what is she signing? Give me an idea.
Okay, let's just say her last name is Apple, and they're making her sign Pear.
But no. What is she signing, pair?
She's signing, like, her P-test she has to do.
So they're telling her, don't sign your real name, sign this name.
Correct.
Why? I mean, is one a maiden name?
No
I mean, are you
clue.
leaving something out? Maybe she's lying to you. How do you know this girl?
I've known her for about 5 years.
Do you know what how do you know what her real name is?
That's her real name.
But okay, I'm even going to go further out on a limb. Who cares if she signs pair?
It all kind of comes back to it's not derived to the case she was charged with. If that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense at all. So she's doing probation, or she's doing community service, or she's doing whatever for a completely different crime under someone else's name.
See, that's why we're confused. She's doing all these things when she got her probation transferred up here to Denver, and then her last name changed in the system. And I said,
is it similar? Hold on. Is it similar, the last name?
No,
I mean, is it a typo?
It's her mom's maiden name.
Okay.
But she has...
Well, then, okay. Okay, none of it matters. Hey, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving you legal advice, but I'm saying I don't think any of this matters. What's it matter? I mean, when she's done, right? Or are you afraid that she's not going to get credit for everything she's doing because the name's wrong?
Correct, and that's what she's afraid of.
Okay, so when she tells the cops or whoever she's signing the wrong name for, what do they say?
They tell her sign it anyway, and she said, that's not my legal name. I have no association with that name. And they tell her, well, sign it anyway.
Why doesn't she just sign her actual name then? Who cares?
I have asked her that so many times.
Just look at the. They're not going to. If you looked at,
what they tell me to.
Here, could you guys tell that's my name? Because that's my signature. Honest to God, no one can tell anybody's signature. So just have her sign her signature. That's it. Does she have to spell out the name too, or she just writes her signature?
She had to sign her mom's last name, and she actually quit doing all of the requirements she was supposed to do. So now she got locked up because she refused to do all that.
I get it. Now I understand. Now I understand. This woman's locked up because she had to sign the wrong name, right? That's why she's back in the pokey.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And she's not on meth, right?
No, never.
And you're not either, right?
No, sir.
Okay, I get it. So, she's been falsely accused, and she's back in jail because she's got to sign the wrong name. What do you think, Ugly Ed?
I think she's back in jail because she didn't do what she was supposed to do.
Yeah, and she's trying to say she's back in jail because they're making me sign the wrong name. You know what, Mike? I'm sorry, not Mike. Hold on here. You know what? Where is he?
Brian.
Brian. Brian, here's what I would do. How long is she going back in for? How long?
It could be 30 days to 90 days, but
you might want to get another girl.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Listen, man, while she's gone, I would pack up and move and get the hell out of Dodge because something's wrong with this chick. Okay? And I'm not kidding you, man. Something is very wrong with this entire story. If she really is saying that she refused to say her name and that's why she stopped doing everything the court ordered to do, she's a loony. She's Looney Tunes, bro. So just get rid of her, pack up, get the hell out of Dodge, and thank me later.
Asked her if she was really that hot.
Oh, wait. Ask her if she's hot.
See, she's a perfect girl to screw around with because she's got one name, but if you actually meet her on the street, she's got another. So if she tries to catch you, I don't know who that is.
Who dat?
She has no association with that name whatsoever, and then it comes out it's another maiden name.
Hey, I get Joseph's commercial right now too. I love it.
Come tell her.
So in case you've been locked up for something you didn't do under an alias name,
maybe
it'd be funny if he said, "But she is hot. She is hot."
That's why I kind of want to stay with her.
She's psycho, but man, is she good looking.
She can't cook with a damn, but in bed.
Tell her, well, you should have told her, well, just do her mother then.
You should have asked that.
Step it out a little there.
Her mother, not his mother.
Oh, going back to Arkansas, are you?
Okay, hold on, guys. You know, if Brian called Joseph Lazara, his girlfriend wouldn't be in this predicament. You know, and I'm being serious here. If you do get in trouble with the law, I don't care if it's a DUI, an assault, shoplifting, maybe you get in a scuffle with your neighbor. If you've been arrested, you need representation, and you need good representation. And Joseph A. Lazara will fight his ass off for you. This guy knows all the DAs. He knows all the people around. If you get in trouble, he can get a sweet deal. That's about it. And you know what? Maybe you're falsely accused and you need an attorney that can prove it to a jury. That's Joseph A. Lazara. 303-429-6200. Please write it down. Put it in your glove box. Put it in your wallet. Put it in your purse. If you ever need an attorney, your spouse needs an attorney, your kid needs an attorney, Joseph A. Lazara. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200, or you can check him out at referralist.com.
Did you hear the one yesterday and stuff with the cop? That you listened to the show, right? You guys listen? The cop that he was on duty in an unmarked
There is so much more involved in that story.
Like what?
Fuck, man. First of all, that guy did not get off scot-free whatsoever.
No, they demoted him.
Right. To the tune, I mean, his total financial penalties come to over $60,000.
Why financial penalty?
Because of his demotion, his cut and pay,
well,
pulled money out of his pension.
He should be fired, though. He should have been fired.
This guy has fallen on the sword for everybody inside the freaking department. And it was somebody else in the department that got fired for some other stuff that they did. That started throwing trash up against the wall and giving it all to media, trying to get something on the department because he was pissed off at them.
Oh, is that what it was?
This is destroying this guy's life. He'll end up being divorced here in the next couple of months.
But don't you think he should have been fired for that? 5 times the legal limit he was over?
And there's other stuff I know that I can't say.
Oh, okay. So you know the guy?
So other stuff I know I can't say.
Okay. But see, what gets me on the whole Arapahoe County thing is look at what they did with that fucking Pat Sullivan and stuff. He had 17 days in fucking jail.
And he was a pedophile. He was
a pedophile, right? Of underage sex with meth for girls and boys.
Oh, that's not a pedophile, though. I don't think it is.
Well, is it underage? You're a pedophile if it's their underage?
I think if it's consensual. Well, I don't know. Man. Actually, I have no fucking idea.
No, he was a pedophile.
Without a difference.
They should throw him in with Sandusky up there.
Yeah.
You guys watch Shameless?
No.
God, I love fucking Shameless.
So you're saying it came out like this because people in the department were
there was
upset.
one individual per se that got fired, and then he turned around and was trying to cast a bad light on the
You should have called in. You could have been Bob.
I'll share with you guys.
You could have been Bob.
I'm Bob. There you go.
I know more here.
Well, he's already Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission.
That's right.
Makes a little sense.
You could be Bob with.
This is Bob.
Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission and Bob.
Not to be confused with Jeff.
So Jeff is going to go to Hawaii with his brothers and spear pigs. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Do you actually funt? Do you funt?
Do you funt one?
Do I funt?
I just came up with a great new
If he gets one, then he funts them.
I made up a new word.
That's funty incredible.
It's half funt, half fun.
Hopefully you got like
Hunt.
a backup, strap.
You're in trees, right, when you spear them?
Do you jump down on them and spear them?
Yeah, that's most likely the way we'll do it.
Do you got to buy a special spear, or are you just going to like whittle?
Make a stick.
A real hunter would whittle his own.
It's got to be like the caveman.
I told you about us hunting with knives.
I know, that's pretty cool. But you got dogs pulling on their ears.
Yeah. The dogs do all the work.
But
still, those tusks, they're wearing these leather vests, but we still lost the dog.
Mark Clint just called and said that when he worked at the jail, they had people put back in jail all the time because misinformation on their IDs and stuff. So he said that. Bonnie sent over a correct form. She did a form for us. Dan called Casey, Social Services in Florida. She said yes, but they wanted something added so the grandparents could pick up the school form. We about have this thing locked and loaded.
Okay. I got a question. How long was she?
Did Rob leave?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's been in the hospital all
Yeah, he said, is Daphne looking? Good, I'm out.
Talk to him.
Daph, how long was she in Florida before she killed herself?
Say 3 years.
She was in there 3 years.
I pay attention.
So the boyfriend was going out with her for 3 years.
I picked this thing up at the last minute yesterday. I had no information. I went in blindsided.
That's a good song too. Sing this.
It's a good old-fashioned prison song.
Train leaving town, not knowing where
Who is that, Merle
I'm
Haggard?
bound, and no one could change my mind, but Mama tried.
Mama did try.
The one and only rebel child.
All right,
from a
7.
family meek
God, you know, occasionally I start giving out my freaking cell phone. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. Although I did come up with a new word during the break. What was it?
Funt.
Funt.
Yeah.
F-U-N-T. I was trying to say hunt, and I said funt. All right, 303-713-8255. Next hour, we're going to play a voicemail that was left. By the way, 303-Martino, when we're not here, you can leave a voicemail. I found it very curious that she left this voicemail. And Daphne, I'd like you to try to get her on the air. She's like, what are you talking about? Well, you'll figure it out. It'll get you up to speed. Calm down. Calm down.
No, I have to get it from your wife. Sorry.
What are you talking about?
The phone number.
Why? He's got the whole...
I chopped it out, and I didn't write it down when I cut it out.
Lord have mercy, man. You know what? I'll put this in the hands of Deputy Dan, and I know it'll get done right. 303-713-8255. Let's see here. Mike, what's going on with these headlights, bro? Mike. Oh, my God. If I got to go to him for the 4th time, you know what? I'm done. 3, 2, 1, one line open. 303-713-8255. Bill, what's going on with this furnace, man? Okay, I'm getting a complex here.
Are you there?
Yes, Bill, go ahead.
My wife and I went to bed Monday night and woke up Tuesday morning pretty chilly.
Ooh. What'd you do?
Went out, so
Why was she so mad?
Well, she wasn't mad. It was just chilly.
Okay, gotcha.
50 degrees. So I ran downstairs to the basement, tried lighting the pilot light quite a few times. It wouldn't stay lit.
Pilot light on what?
On the pilot light on my furnace.
You got a pretty old furnace, son.
Thank you.
Keep going.
And so I ended up having to go to work. We called the company to come out, a local furnace company.
Yes.
They came out, changed the thermocoupler, and it ran.
Cool.
So Wednesday night, same thing. Or Tuesday night, same thing.
Oh, it went out again?
Went out again. We're like, crud, man. So we called them.
Yep.
They weren't able to come out till Thursday morning. Thursday morning they came out and started working on it, and they told my wife, hey, when we light this, the hot water heater's like right next to it. He says the hot water heater goes out, the pilot light. So they tested it, and
sounds like the pressure is no good.
They tested the pressure on the line, and it showed that there wasn't even enough gas pressure at the time to keep both pilot lights lit. So my question is, can I write a polite letter and ask the gas company to kind of share the bill with me? Or do you think that's...
Share the bill on what? You mean
the 2 service calls and the parts?
I don't think they... No, I don't think they will. Did you get it fixed, though?
Yeah, my wife called the gas company. They came over. The lady on the phone wasn't very helpful, but the serviceman that came over that works for Atmos Energy, they came out pretty quickly, adjusted the regulator, bumped the pressure up to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but here's what I'm curious. Why did it change in the first place?
We've had we're having upgrades around here, and they've had a local contractor, or they have a subcontractor coming in and changing lines.
So it wasn't. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't the gas company's fault, is what I'm saying. Maybe you get one of these contractors that were changing lines. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know whose fault it was.
So.
Did you ask them how much were the service calls?
I haven't got it yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be $300 to $400.
You know, I'd ask them. If you really think it was their fault, I'd ask them, but I doubt they're going to do it, nor do I think you'd have a case to compel them to do it. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'd go. If it was working, then it quit working. I mean, how old is a furnace with a pilot light? I mean, that thing's got to be old, older than you. 303-713-8255. Hey, we've got a couple hours to go. Edwin's got a comment on these kids in Florida, and we've got a lot of other stuff coming up. Hang tight. You're on the Troubleshooter Network. Daphne, I have no idea who's on one.
Who's on one?
Headlights.
Who's a moron?
What's on second?
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
who's on first? I mean, who's on one? No, Edwin's on 4. You know who did that, right? Who did that?
Abbott Costello. The name of your Hawaiian singer, by the way, is Israel Kamaka'iole.
He is a big dude.
Oh yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah. Looks like a sumo.
Oh my God, he's huge.
Yeah, he's a big bastard.
You don't expect that from that voice.
He died in '97.
Jeez.
So, but he went by Brother Is.
You know, there was a...
Brother is big.
What's his name? Jason Mraz.
He is whatever he wants to be. Don't argue with a guy that big.
That's a big old guy like that from Hawaii. At least I assume he's from Hawaii.
I wonder when Cook first went over the Hawaiian Islands, if they were had big guys like that. Or
some of the Samoans, man, there's some big.
Samoans are always big, but this is why. Samoans big and strong. They all are.
You know, you say Cook went over there. Way prior to that, though, Hawaii was discovered and there was natives on it.
No, he was the first one.
It was Vikings.
Oh, Cook was a Viking?
No.
That's an odd name for a Viking.
Yeah. Him and Ragnar Lothbrok.
Well, he liked two. They called him that because he liked two, Cook.
No, but where was Cook from? Wasn't he like a Catholic that went over there?
Protestants.
I think he was.
I think they were Protestants, I believe.
The Protestants went over.
Yeah.
No, he's being serious, man. Dead serious. But who settled in Hawaii? It was the Vikings, wasn't it?
No.
Who was it?
No.
It literally was English and French.
Polynesians,
right, exactly.
So the Polynesians were there for a long fucking time before the
white
man showed up, basically.
Yeah, and they took over the island. The Hawaiian people themselves, the indigenous people, actually did not want statehood. They wanted nothing to do with it.
No, I know. Right. Who did they fucking, what president apologized for that shit? It might have been
Obama. He apologized for everything else.
It might have been Obama. One of them basically came out and said, yeah, we stole it. But there was a vote and everything. I mean, Congress wanted nothing to do with it. In fact, people didn't want to make it a state. The reason they finally did make it a state was because of Hawaii and shit, or Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to secure our landlocked there. Strategic military.
I can't think of the name of the one king. And then a woman ran it for a while. Do you guys know that? And then this woman, women could not run government going way back when to when it was a Hawaiian government, if you will. And this one woman's husband died.
Kapiolani.
Yup, and she ran it instead of the son because he was like only 12 or something at the time.
Yeah, and her name was. Oh God, they actually the museum on Oahu's actually named after her.
It's a fucking great story.
They still have the palace right there in Waikiki.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you can tour it though, can you?
I don't know. I saw it from the outside on a tour bus, literally. It's a fucking great story though, man. And each of them used to have their own island, and each island was like really its own fucking deal. And the kings, if you will, they were like gods.
Lili Lukiani.
That's right.
Yeah.
they were like gods, man. So like, when they died, it would be passed on to their kids.
Yeah,
And women weren't allowed to do shit. Women couldn't even eat with men.
Even when she had her when she was queen, though, while she was queen, they actually imprisoned her for a while. When they were actually forcefully taken over the islands.
Yeah. You mean the U.S.?
Yeah.
Or and Europe, I think.
It was. Yeah. It was. I don't remember who.
It was. It was like France.
Yeah.
It's a matter of the resorts being able to make.
It's actually a very interesting story.
It is.
But this is what the statistics know that.
And really, they kind of killed themselves in a lot of ways because they had a big internal war, and then that main king basically took over everything. Oh, it's good. What'd you snag?
Cold beef and some potato salad and a slice of bread.
I wonder if they start bringing barbecue all the time now.
That'd be
Almost
cool.
any restaurant commercial you ever hear on any iHeart is always trade. Restaurants, everything's trade.
Oh, really? Really? I didn't know that. Is that because of, who's the guy that does on Saturday that used to be the board op?
No, it's like in radio. It doesn't matter if it's iHeart or any other station. Restaurants are almost always trade, man. I mean, it's pennies on the dollar for food, especially, catering food. Shit. Oh, man, we got a bunch of people coming over tonight.
Yep.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He does a modern dater show or something too. And wasn't he the one that Peter Boyle's like pinned up and held him by the throat? You talking the food guy? Huh?
His name's Shannon.
Peter?
The board op?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it's the guy in the morning.
No. The guy that used to be the board op, that has his own show. He used to do Peter Boyle's board.
I didn't know who you're talking about.
I didn't know he got mad at a board op.
Yeah, Peter got fired because he grabbed the lanyard of Shannon. I think
it wasn't Shannon.
Oh, no, it was Greg.
There you go.
That's who, yeah.
He does the food show.
Yeah.
Greg Hasselberg. That was a pretty cool guy. Dude, we were over at Big Daddy's one time, me and him. It's a burger joint over here. And we're out on their patio. This gust of wind comes. Picks up a fucking entire big umbrella that's over the table, like 5 tables away. Comes over and fucking about knocked him out, man. It was crazy. It all happened so quick, and he's just lying on the floor like this. Everybody comes running over. I'm like, holy shit, man. But he was okay.
I didn't know that. That was him that did that. Wow.
Yeah, Peter, and it was all on...
Why'd you get mad at him?
I don't remember what happened, but it was all on video, too, because like Channel 7 or 9 were in there videoing some shit, and the camera caught the whole thing.
Holy fuck.
Hollenbeck, right?
Hollenbeck. There it is.
Yeah. I like him, though. He's a cool guy.
Go to Frank's website for tips on buying and selling. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, or call 303-920.
I still got a kick listening to the show when you're on, Hi, Tom.
When what?
When the callers, hi, Tom.
I don't even fucking listen anymore. Somebody called me Mike yesterday.
I know he doesn't listen. Never heard anything about a phone call or a phone number.
I never heard I've heard Tom, Mark, but
The
Mike.
greatest is when they were calling Tom Geraldo. Remember that time?
That was one of the funniest clips. Welcome to the show, the only show that's kind of here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints. It's car day here. Any issues you have with cars, we've got some great guys in studio. We've got Jeff and Kevin here with Sheridan Auto Tech, and then Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission. Any issues you have whatsoever. And for the first time, we actually have 1 or 2 open lines, 303-713-8255. Really quick, guys, what should people do this time of year with their vehicle? Honestly, should they drain and fill the radiator? Should they get a flush? What's the gig?
Well, it's still just as important. Just change your oil. I mean, don't neglect it. It's a hard start on a car when it's cold. If you have good, clean oil, it starts easier. You know.
How about these fluids, Jeff, that they say last forever now?
There's no such thing as a lifetime fluid. The less people have to do with something, the more likely they are to buy it. I think it was GM that really started this low or no maintenance campaign back in the late 90s, and it's just taken off. And if it sounds easy, people are a lot more likely to go for it. If you stick to some of the older timetables, change your engine oil every 5,000 or 6,000 miles. Change your transmission fluid every 3 years or 36,000 miles. These are the things that help keep that car on the road for as long as possible.
Especially if you're going to keep it. Yeah. What do they do? So the manufacturer's just thinking, hey.
Well, by the time you're out of manufacturer's warranty, most of them are 336. You've got the exceptions to the rules, obviously, with Hyundai. And
yeah, but still.
So they're out of warranty by the time they've broken down, and you've neglected this car.
Do they make any transmissions out there that are sealed where you literally can't change the fluid?
No, they call them sealed, but we can access them from underneath the vehicle, whether you pump them in or whatever the case may be.
And you should still have it changed at least, every 36,000?
I would I personally do my own once a year or every 20,000 miles, but 3 years or 36,000 miles is a good time marker.
All right, Mike, I swear on the life of Kevin, if you're not there, I'm never talking to you again. Mike, this will be the third time. Yes, I can hear you. What's going on, man?
All right. Sorry about that.
That's all right. What's up?
I don't know what was happening there. Okay, so I have a 2007 Lexus.
Okay.
And I'm old and I can't see very well at night.
Well, then,
I want to know, is it worthwhile to replace what could be the factory bulbs, or should I go LED? What are my yields there?
Guys, what do you guys think?
Well, they've got blue lights out now that are very, very bright, and they're just plug-in replacements.
And they... does that blue help people that have trouble seeing at night?
It's much, much brighter, yes.
So it's just going to be good for them.
As long as the lenses are clear on his car.
You know what can happen, though? People start flashing you with those. Both of my cars have those LEDs, and I swear people think I have my brights on, and I don't.
Well, they'll get over it.
And additionally, if you wear amber yellow glasses, like shooting glasses, that will help reduce the haloing effect while you're driving down the road, and you actually draw in more light into your eyes, so you'll be able to see better that way, too.
And there's another benefit to LED. They last for, ever. You don't have to replace them generally.
Okay, so I want blue? Is that what you said?
Well, just research a little bit. I think Napa's got a special now. You get free wipers if you change your bulbs or something.
I got mine on Amazon, man.
Yeah.
You can buy them anywhere.
It's just a pure white light instead of yellow. It's a little brighter.
So I don't need any special kit to change the voltage or anything?
Nope.
No. That's all.
Some of the LEDs you may need some upgraded components, but the blue lights, no.
Not at all, man.
Okay.
But are your lenses clean?
Yeah, they're clear. I had one of those treatments done at the Jiffy Lube. They're pretty clear. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. All right, does that answer that question, Mike?
Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that confusion before.
No, that's all right. Thanks, man. 303-713-8255. We've got a line open. 303 Martino. Man, we've had a lot going on this week. Honest to goodness, that whole thing with those kids in Florida is crazy. Evelyn's got a comment on that. Let me see here. Evelyn, what is your comment?
Well, I'm very concerned because as a mediator who constantly works with children in these circumstances and parents, we really need to let those parents, I don't know if I heard this on Mark Measure, but I couldn't get in, and so I called good old Tom. We need to put kids first. Those kids need to have a little bit of help financially, and so if they go to social services, they'll get them a guardian ad litem. Then they go into counseling with a good, reasonable counselor that won't be anti-grandparent, anti-mother, or anti-dad. A good, reasonable, usually well-equipped with some minor Christian influence, not just Christian because they might be biased. And then let them stay in school through the spring. And I'm hoping all you out in Florida are listening.
They're in Florida, though.
They're not be jerked out.
Yeah, listen, Evelyn, there's no family in Florida. The only family there just came down from South Dakota to pick them up. There is no family in Florida.
Oh, I didn't get all that right. Okay, then back to South Dakota. It doesn't matter where they are. If they're with somebody who has been in continual relationship while this gentleman has been incarcerated.
There hasn't. Boy, you're the mother is who they were with, and the mother's dead. She committed suicide. That's who the kids have been with. The kids haven't been with anybody else.
Oh, they have not had a continual and convivial relationship with these grandparents?
The grandparents were in South Dakota. The kids were in Florida when this went down. I don't know how long they were there.
I get the geographical separation, but sometimes when the child...
I understand what you're saying, but he has custody. Really what it comes down to is who has custody. No matter how anybody looks at any of this, it's who has custody, and he has custody.
Well, in that event, we need to let that gentleman know that we all need to, somebody from your show or major show or whomever is going to deal with this, needs to get in the right place in this man's head and make sure they get into counseling and they get somebody that's going to...
I kind of like the idea. I like the idea those kids are going to be out here because we get to kind of have a watchful eye on them, too. And we've had a lot of people call up donating furniture and all kinds of stuff. So, but that's it.
Well, good luck and God bless. I did miss 2 big pieces. I just want to be sure
you got
that they come first.
Okay, thank you. I think she missed more than 2 big pieces. I
think it's a major announcement. You just got your own show.
I guess so. Look at that. She goes, I heard it on Mark Major's show, so I had to call you, Tom. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, speaking of people, Ed, I want you to, when we come back from break, I want to play that voicemail that was left this morning. It's very interesting, and I'd like to get her on. I would like to get her phone number. Dan, are you going to be able to get that up? What do you think it's going to be? I haven't told you guys. If you had to guess, what do you think I'm going to play?
They got to be complaining something about you. That's typical.
Maybe. I won't say yay or nay.
It's a love confession.
They love me, and they're confessing their love to me. Okay, maybe. We'll see. All right, everybody hang on. We do have some lines open. It's Car Friday, 303-713-8255.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
Michael Brown. No kibitzing.
I had a message too. I'll tell him about it. Yeah.
From?
They would say.
That's your...
SimplyFloorsInc.com. These guys have a 24-month low-cost financing as well as some of the best prices on hardwood, on carpet, on luxury tile, on regular tile. You name it, when it comes to flooring, SimplyFloorsInc.com is where you need to go. They can come out with their mobile showroom and show you everything you want, measure, do everything right there at their house, or right there at your house. The other cool thing they do is design services 100% for free. SimplyFloorsInc.com, that's where you get started. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
No, a guy calls from a blocked phone number. Says, I heard an advertisement on Martino. Be sure to tell Kevin we're never coming in again.
Who said that?
He wouldn't say.
No, I didn't hear what
the guy left a message with my service writer to tell me, but from a blocked phone number, wouldn't tell us who he was.
And what did he say, though?
That I heard you guys were advertising on Martino.
For like ever you have.
For like ever, so, and the guy's like, I'm never coming.
Oh, so somebody's got a hard-on for Tom?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I get him once in a while. We had another one, because, you know,
sometimes
the ads will cross over on K-How, and one showed up on Rush Limbaugh. And I got an IM. I can't believe you listened to that racist.
Racist?
Yeah.
Racist. That's one thing I've never heard attached to his name before.
Seriously, but I'm kind of, and I just.
I mean, I get it. I mean, he's polarizing. People love him or hate him, and I don't understand why he's so polarizing. I honestly don't.
Well, why do people listen to it so they can find out who's advertising and then go?
Right. You know how many shows I listen to where people call up and go, "I hate your show and I hate everything." So why are you listeing?
Yeah.
I mean, click. I mean, come on.
No, if I'm watching something I don't like, I just say exactly. But at least these folks left the phone number. You know, this guy, my service writer thought he was one of our customers just being joking around. He was laughing at him when he was saying it. So, yeah.
Weird. We don't get much of that anymore here. When I first got back with Tom, that right after that Holly shit, it wasn't that good.
Oh, after the whole arrest thing.
Well, he was drugged through pretty hard.
Oh man, she tried to destroy him, boy. And she was banging the cop. She ended up marrying him. fucking
Well,
crazy.
it doesn't help when you Google him, you still see his mugshot.
It's almost, we try to get rid of that. It's impossible to get rid of. Although we have a new SEO company starting, so we'll see what happens.
It's tough getting some stuff off the internet when it's out there. We're still listed under emission testing.
God dang, that's old.
Can't get rid of it. We get 100 calls a month on emission testing.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what was it, the
well,
90s?
It was mislisted to begin with. We never did emission testing.
Not for diesel, for nothing.
No. But it's over 8 years old or something. Somebody's able to research back, and they can't cancel. But we pull up our Google Analytics, you know, we see all these numbers, and it's like, ooh, and you start cutting into them. And emission testing, you know, is over 200 calls, 150 calls a month. Because people from out of state don't realize it's, you know, one place.
And they have better pricing, better trading values with no pressure, all because of their volume.
Oh man, I got so much to do before these people show up.
Banks love them, and people love them, and keep coming back to them. They have safe, used cars, clean used cars, with a Carfax on every purchase. They have prices clearly marked, so you can see what you're in for, and they...
Hey, you know, mugshots, do they tell you not to smile in a mugshot?
I don't know. I think usually you're not smiling by the time you're in front of that camera and they're in the boat.
The guy taking, he don't care if you smile or... No. It's not a real touchy-feely moment, you know.
Is something wrong with the live stream today?
I had to reboot it.
Oh, someone just asked, that's all.
It's the stream is going off and on and off and on. And then since I rebooted, it's been red pretty much the whole time.
With no limit to how much they'll match. Millions of people a year are getting their cashback matched. Discover Cashback Match. What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/cashbackmatch.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, Panacea Life Sciences. These guys make the CBD product that is absolutely what it says on the package. If it says 75 milligrams, that is exactly what it is. Tom's been on this stuff now, and he does not complain like he used to after his workout nights. He works out twice a week, and he does mostly, you know, pump and iron, like literally, and he'd come in the next day, his back would hurt a little, this would hurt. Oh, Daphne's actually, Daphne, how long have you been on that stuff? She's literally popping one right now.
About a month. I love it.
What is it? What do you take it for?
You know, I'm getting up there in age, achy joints.
Just general aches and pains.
Peace.
And it really is good, right? Do you have the kind that has a little THC or no THC?
No THC, and it's a chewable.
And it's a chewable. Man, they make good products. So check it out. Any pain you might have, it's worth checking out. It's worth looking into. There's no doubt that CBD actually does help pain. And you can get this stuff with no THC. So if you do have to take a drug test, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to show up in there. But go to Real CBD That Works. RealCBDThatWorks.com. You can buy it online. They ship it to you. The other thing you can do is go pick it up in Denver right at their place. RealCBDThatWorks.com. We've been to their lab the whole bit. All right. 303-713-8255. One line open. Ugly Ed, I want you to play that now while I'm thinking about it. This call, Dan, when did this message come in? This morning?
Yesterday.
Came in yesterday. Oh, you played it this morning. Okay, so you played it this morning. This is after I did the show, so yesterday after the show, I assume. Go ahead.
Hi, Tom Martino's awesome radio show. I am calling with one quick request. I listen on podcasts with my kids in the car. My oldest is 3, my youngest is 2 months. Can we please watch the language that D-bombs damn, the A-bombs ass? My toddler's in the car. My toddler is in the car. Very impressed.
Now, okay. First of all, I cut a part of that
Hi, Tom Martino.
I cut part of that out just purely for time. She really loves the show. There's no doubt about it. She really likes it. What she is asking is that I don't say ass and I don't say damn. You would think I drop the F-bomb left and right by how this goes. Now, if her toddler hears me, the 3-year-old hears me say ass or damn, here's what's going to happen. Listen to what she says.
My toddlers are in the car. My toddler is in the car, very impressionable. If he uses the A word, ass, at preschool, he's not in the car right now, he's going to get kicked out. Please find a new word for that. Please quit saying ass and damn on the radio because my toddler's repeating it. And I want to listen, but I can't if you guys keep saying those words. If you have any questions, you can call me back. My name is Kristen. Love the show, but please watch the language. The A word and the D word, damn, will get my toddler kicked out of preschool, Sunday school, Head Start, and all of the above.
I'll be damned that she doesn't want me saying the word ass. I mean, seriously, can you believe this? Can you believe this?
Hey, I'd just like to point out, she said it 4 times herself.
She said it more than me. In fact, now her kids will hear her say it on the podcast.
Well, she said that they weren't there, but Mark, if you say anything in Irish, arse.
Arse.
There you go, arse.
You know what's funny? If you tune into our Facebook and watch our live stream on YouTube or Facebook, we generally don't cuss at all.
No, it's pretty clean.
It's very clean. So what I would do is I would take the 3-year-old, the toddler, and I would tune into the Facebook version of it during the breaks. What do you think, Kevin?
Oh, that would be great.
I mean, I see this going.
I know what she's saying, though. My 4-year-old grandson's favorite phrase.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
You know what's funny,
Dumbass.
though? When kids hear the word ass or damn or anything, they giggle. You know, oh, you can't say that. I like how he could get kicked out of Sunday school, kicked out of preschool. I wonder what preschool would kick someone out for saying the word ass. I don't know if that's true. I have no idea. All right, 303-713-8255. I thought that was funny. Generally, if I get a voicemail left, it's a little different than that, but that's how that goes. Jerry, what's going on with you?
Yes, I'm looking. I've got a 2008 Honda Odyssey, and I've had the lenses cleaned a couple times, and it keeps getting worse and worse every time.
You mean the headlights?
Do they have? Yes.
Hey guys, when they clean those, honestly. Hold on, Jerry. These services, like that last guy that was asking about it, said I had him cleaned at Jiffy Lube. What the hell does that mean? What do they do?
They basically polish them.
I mean, not with like a waxo, right?
Yeah,
they
use a compound, a real fine compound, and a wax, and it clears it up.
You can actually use toothpaste.
Yeah.
You can use toothpaste.
Yeah, you can just sit there and rub it on there, and it cleans them right up.
Yep.
Wow.
So, but it is short-lived. It's not going to last as long as you might think.
Huh. All right, Jerry. So what's your question?
Well, do they sell replacement lenses
that don't fog up or don't get old?
Well, no, you can't get the lenses because.
I mean, the lenses would be the whole
bezel,
lighthouse,
the whole assembly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's very expensive.
It can be. There's some aftermarkets that are fairly reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get on Amazon or one of those and look around.
I guess I still don't understand what he's asking.
He wants to know if he can get new lenses instead of continually cleaning the old ones.
But the new lenses is not the bulb itself. It's the housing, right?
It's the housing. He was hoping they would sell a lens instead of the entire housing.
I gotcha. Hey, what do you guys think about... Jerry, does that answer your question? I mean, you're just going to have to find it.
That answers. Thank you very much.
Hey, how about... there's a place over in Denver, guys, that I used to buy mirrors for more than anything. Certifit.
Yeah, they're still around.
Do they sell that kind of stuff aftermarket? Or
Yes.
Okay. And they still are in business?
Yes.
Man, they had a lot of stuff. All right, 303-713-8255. Maury's got a comment. It looks like Daphne picked it back up. Maury, what's your comment on the A word and the D word?
Oh, Mark, please do not give Mark his own show. I'm going to tell Tom that when he comes back. But secondly, that lady who called in about the word ass and the word damn, she needs to parent her own child. Frequently in our society, currently, people want the school to raise their kids. They want the police to raise their kids. She needs to parent her own child. If there's something she hears on the radio or on TV, she needs to be the one to talk to her child. Those are curse words, but they're so light curse words.
I couldn't believe that. When Dan played that, I was like, he's like, oh, man, you got to complain. You got to complain. Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, boy, this could be a good one.
You rock, and you just keep doing it, baby. Keep doing it.
Well, I'm not going to say the A word anymore, though.
Oh, damn.
Arse. Well, yeah.
Arse.
I know.
Lori, have you ever listened during the break?
I have not.
You should tune in. Anybody out there at some point, thank you, Lori, by the way, I appreciate that. You should listen. You go to Facebook and you type in referral list. Just one word referral list or Tom Martino referral list. And we actually stream video that when we go to break and I'm doing commercials, actually with the exception of when I'm doing commercials, you can hear us talk about virtually anything we're talking about.
It's usually things like scripture.
Yeah, it's generally scripture. He's right. We discuss the Bible in depth a lot and other kinds of great stuff. But the one thing we don't do is we never say cuss words.
Never.
Right, Ugly Ed?
I have no comment.
No comment.
Hey, just wait until her kids get on the school bus.
I can't wait till she hears this podcast. At the beginning, she says, my kids listen to the podcast with me, and she's going to hear that. I wonder when I was teasing it leading up to it if she'll realize that was her. I don't know. But I will say this for that lady. Hopefully she is listening to the podcast. The part that I cut out that you left, I truly do appreciate. Thank you for that. I left it out, and I really do mean that. That was one of the nicest compliments I've ever been given, and I am being sincere there. Terry has a suggestion on the headlights. Terry?
You say? I'm sorry.
That's right, Terry. What's up?
I have an 04 Tundra that had the same problem with the polycarbonate headlight lenses. I polished them out. They looked brand new, and I took it to a clear bra shop. They put clear bra material over the lenses, and that was 10 years ago. They still look brand new.
That clear bra, boy, that's interesting. What is that stuff made of? Like
that's a good question.
Yeah, because it's tough. It's durable. It's durable as heck.
Rocks don't gouge it or anything, and they're clear as the day they were polished like new.
Very interesting.
So there's another option.
You know what's amazing to me is some topics blow me away. We have now had how many calls on this headlight issue? I mean, it's really amazing. It's never been a problem to me. I don't think I have one time on any car I've ever owned.
You don't keep own cars them long enough.
Oh, okay. Maybe that is it. I'll tell you what does happen. Has this ever happened to you, Terry? In my wife's vehicle, which is 2018 or 19 Hyundai Santa Fe, every single time at night when I'm driving, if I'm driving it, someone flashes me thinking my brights are on, and they're not on. So, of course, it irritates me, and I have to prove to them that my brights aren't on, so then I hit them back with the brights, because what else are you going to do? Seriously. You're like, hey, jerk. But it's kind of weird because everybody, and it's not just one person, it could happen almost every night. Has that ever happened to you, Terry?
Yes. And it happened when I replaced the bulbs with LED bulbs.
Yep.
It came standard with halogen, and I thought, I'll go to LED. They're brighter, they're better, but they're not a focused light source.
Yep.
So then it spreads the light all over the place, and people do think you have your brights on.
Yep, they sure do. And are you like me? Do you shine them back?
Oh, I've been known to do that once or twice.
You have to. Men have to. My wife actually does, too, because she's sick of it.
Well, yeah. But I got rid of the LEDs. I went back to the high-intensity halogens in the blue color.
Yeah.
I get them from Hella, and they're great.
Yeah, very
They're
cool.
Great.
When you say Hella, what is Hella?
you.
Is that a website? What is it?
Yeah, Hella is a manufacturer in Germany that makes headlight lenses and headlight bulbs.
Man,
if you just Google Hella, Hella, headlamp bulbs, they'll have an application for your vehicle. For your vehicle.
Got it.
And they're great.
All right, thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
You know, that's interesting. This guy's really into headlights. He's buying his headlights out of Germany. I mean, that's impressive in a very strange way.
This is Denver's talk station with...
Yeah, but then his voice cracked. I mean, right there on air, his testicles dropped. They've descended.
It sounded like someone kicked him in the nuts.
I
get my headlights from Germany.
So what was the endearing part of the voicemail?
She said, I really love when Mark does the show. In fact, I'd wish he'd do it
more often,
all the time.
All the time.
But
I think she might change her mind about that now. You finally got a fan.
After I finally get a fan, and what do? I throw it in the fucking wolves. That's a good point.
Here's that olive branch. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna beat you with a tree.
Yeah. You know, they came up. They just pointed out my own fan I just threw under the damn bus pretty good. And she was probably my only one. All right, fix it 24/7. George, of course, has done it again. This guy, any drain in your house. And I'm telling you, this deal is going to go away pretty quick. In fact, as soon as it snows this weekend, I would assume it's going to go away. But he's got to keep the plumbers busy over there. Any single drain you have that's either draining slow or has a full-on clog, they're going to come out and they're going to snake it and they're going to get it moving and get that water flowing. It doesn't matter if it's a toilet, a slow bathtub drain. You know what I'm talking about. $29. And that's everything. That's the trip charge, the actual labor, the snake, everything. $29. Tell your neighbors right now. They want to introduce you to this great company. Fix It 24/7. In fact, you can go to fixmyhome.com. Look at all their great reviews, too. They have unbelievable Google reviews. And Yelp. I think like 500, 600, 4 or 5 star. Check them out. Fixmyhome.com. Fixmyhome.com. Fixmyhome.com! You guys can go snag any of that barbecue or whatever.
Oh, there's nothing left. There's nothing.
Both of those phone numbers you gave me
I know
were incorrect too.
There were Candy from
And Candy
June.
just called.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we thought they had the wrong number on for this Candy. I never wrote it down. I didn't know where it came from, but got her now.
Can you get the number to that lady who doesn't want me saying damn and
I
ass?
gave it to Daff.
Did you find that as funny as I did, the damn and ass? I mean,
no, not really.
I thought I cuss so much in front of my kids, and let me tell you something my kids know. They know who not to cuss in front of. If they don't know you, they would never cuss in front of you. If they know you're religious, they'd never cuss in front of you. They would never cuss in front of my parents. But they know they can cuss in front of me.
Oh, you don't cuss as much as my dad did. I'll guarantee.
I don't.
But kids are going to hear it. You know.
My dad was.
Did you cuss in front of your kids when they were little?
Well, and my girlfriend's grandkids. You know, her granddaughter is like 13 or something now. She used to come over and watch the ball game with us and stuff. And I'm yelling at the TV.
You son of a bitches.
Exactly. So the next week I get a phone call from her parents because she stood up on the couch and said, "Is somebody going to tackle that motherfucker?"
Oh, no, really?
3 years old.
I'm going to bring that up. I guess I do forget 3-year-olds aren't parents.
Oh, they're sponges. They hear it all. My grandson, if somebody, you know, my girlfriend is who she heard it from. She's driving, somebody kind of cut her off, and she's like, "Dumbass." Yeah. So that's what he says now to everybody driving, you know.
I wonder if she'll tune in with her kids to the Facebook version.
Oh, Lord.
You got
Jeez,
be careful, you know, but
my dad was.
How about your kids? How about your girls?
I've said stuff and everything, but they knew not to.
That's the thing. I mean, my kids know who not to cuss in
But the
front.
second lady who called is absolutely right. You have to raise your own kids.
Yeah.
They're going to hear stuff, they're going to repeat stuff, and they need to know what's appropriate, what's not. You can't shield them from everything. She's absolutely right.
Well, you just got to tell them. No, that's not.
Well, that's
good.
just it. Because, like I said, my grandson does that too. You know.
Jeez, I remember.
He comes up with some stuff, and I look at him, you know, and he's like, "Sorry, G." That's what he calls me.
Is there something in that system that says Geraldo? I don't know if our board op from 2 years ago ever saved that phone call, but he probably would have labeled it Geraldo.
That was so
God,
funny.
I never laughed so.
I bet you could do it 4 or 5 times, and I think Tom corrected him once.
I almost fell down laughing. Did you ever hear that call?
That was funny.
God bless, that was one of the funniest calls ever.
I believe it was a guy. Yeah, he sounded like kind of a burnt out
You can ask any question you have about addiction.
And then everybody online started joining in, sending pictures of Geraldo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Who's who?
That's right. In fact, that's what we did. I put them.
Can you tell the difference?
That's funny.
She really thought. I swear to God, she thought she was talking to Geraldo. Geraldo Rivera. I have no idea why, but she thought she was talking to Geraldo Rivera.
Any question you want, 720-730-9722. That's 720-730-9722.
Yeah, that's funny.
No obligation, no cost, confidential. The Raleigh House is a wonderful treatment addiction facility. 720-730.
My brother had heard when he was younger and stuff the word cocksucker, and he started saying that. I told my mom, "Do you know what that is?" He goes, "No."
The kids pick up phrases they don't even know.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
My oldest was in kindergarten, and he wanted to go out on the playground and make love to his girlfriend.
All right, 303-713-8255. We were kind of talking during the break. It's pretty interesting thinking about how people raise their kids. And I was asking Kevin, and you brought up a pretty funny example. Your girlfriend's, what was it?
Her granddaughter.
Yeah, she was over, and you guys were watching
a football game and stuff, and apparently she picked up a few tidbits that, you know.
She picked up the F word, let's just say it.
Yeah, she did.
And then what happened, though?
Well, she was watching the game with her dad the next weekend at their house.
Yep.
And she repeated.
She repeated it. How old was she?
3.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I got a phone call.
Yeah. Our kids, my kids are 19 and 17 now, almost 18, almost 20 and 18, but we always cussed around them. Honestly, I just, how I grew up in Jersey, we just always cussed. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I've never been good at not cussing. In fact, it's amazing, honestly, I can go back and forth, and when I know the mic's on, or it's even possible the mic's on, I don't cuss. Just simply don't do it. And I'm not quite sure how I do that. It's just...
I was going to say, that's pretty impressive how we all do that.
Yeah, you just get used to it. Now, the amazing part, though, is... my kids know who they'd never cuss around. Anybody they just meet, they'd never cuss around. A teacher, any authority figure, they'd never cuss around. Their grandparents, they'd never cuss around. When they didn't cuss around their mom for a while. But I just never cared if my kids cussed. It just didn't bother me long as they knew where they were and how it would be received. They know where not to cuss, and I don't find a problem with that. If me and my son are throwing a football or watching a football game and the ladies aren't around, or even if, Suzanne doesn't care, she's used to me cussing, it just doesn't bother any of us. I mean, how are you guys? Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, no, it's always been pretty open. By the time the kids are in elementary school, go hang out on that playground and listen to those kids. They know every word in the book.
You know what I think's funny about elementary school? You think you know about the birds and the bees. And honest to God, you have no clue. I mean, I really had no clue. I learned most of that. My parents were kind of old school. I don't remember ever getting the, quote, talk. I mean, I just don't remember it. I think I learned what was going down from an old Playboy in the woods that every kid saw out there.
Yeah, the street education.
It's probably still there.
And Mark,
Yes.
my little sister could not say truck correctly. And that was just, of course, we pick on her, but she had no idea what she was saying.
That's amazing. Okay, let's go here. Chris, what's going on with your vehicle? Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, with the idle, when you start them up on a really cold morning, how they jump to such a high RPM.
Aren't they supposed to do that?
Yeah, that's cold warm-up.
Slow RPM.
I got to put him on hold. Tell him to get a better thing. I mean, if you guys have an idea what he was saying, please.
Any vehicle, they're designed, yes, they run a fast idle. They're trying to heat that thing up as quickly as possible.
And there's a limit. I mean, there's a setting for the fast idle, so if it's too fast, you can adjust it. But
the old cars, didn't you, put the pedal all the way down first, and that would set the choke?
Exactly.
That kind of thing has been gone forever.
Yeah, you don't want to touch the pedal now.
Well, if you do touch the pedal now, like on a brand new car, I mean, doesn't it not do anything?
Well, it'll just confuse the car sometimes.
Aren't Fords the one, and maybe other manufacturers? Remember, I've been out of the biz for a while, and I wasn't a tech. I was the owner, but I was the sales guy more than anything. I remember one of my techs, Mike, on a certain kind of Ford, we sold a bunch of gas pedals, and I never realized up to it that the gas pedal literally had no cable going to it, nothing. It was literally just a
potentiometer.
What is it?
Yeah, it's just like a potentiometer. So it was just like a dimmer switch.
Got it.
Reading how far into the throttle you were stepping.
That's just amazing to me.
Drive-by-wire.
So, but when you hit that and the vehicle's not on, there's nothing. I mean, it doesn't do anything, right?
No.
Okay. All right, 303-713-8255. Let's go to, another 2008 Toyota Avalon. Linda, what's going on?
Hi, guys. I got a 2008 Toyota Avalon, and I was driving the other night, and the bright lights worked fine. And then when I left my destination coming back, the bright lights wouldn't work. You push the stem forward, and a little icon comes on in the dash, but the lights won't work. And so I was doing some looking on the internet, and Toyota has a service bulletin out that says you have to replace the whole assembly to fix this problem. And I was wondering if the guys there have ever come across this, or have heard, or if any of your listeners have had any of this problem.
Hey, Linda, when you put the brights on now, do the standard lights go off?
No, the regular dim stay on. Everything works except for the brights.
That's so weird. Guys, try to look at...
What I've been reading online, they say that the bulbs actually explode in the assembly.
And then you've got to change out the entire assembly.
Yep,
that doesn't sound right.
Toyota's saying you have to put a whole new assembly in it to fix the problem.
That's weird. These guys...
Unless water's getting in it, there's no reason to replace the whole light.
Yeah, why wouldn't you mean the whole bulb?
No, they're saying the whole assembly, and they're quoting like a price of $2,000 at Toyota to do this.
This sounds weird.
I've never heard of this. Yeah.
You guys looking, though? See if there's any kind of bulletins on that.
Yeah, there's a TSB on it here. I'm reading up on it now.
What does it say? Okay, hold tight. We're going to let Jeff read into that. I was going to give the number out, but does no good. Jay, what's going on, man?
Hey, I just wanted some advice. Have a little starting problem on my Ford F-150 2010, and it's just it lags a little bit in the morning. If the engine's warm, it acts a little better. I was just hoping to maybe find what any kind of recommended pouring your tank fuel cleaner. It's got 200,000 miles on it, so, I mean, it could be anything.
Gas or diesel?
Gas.
I've always liked the BG products, the 44Ks, and different things we do in air induction cleaning that helps a lot of situations like that as well.
Okay, just as simple as BG. Where can I buy that product?
Most any parts store. Napa, I know, sells it. A few others.
Everybody really seems to love that. Tom loves that BG product. I mean, I sold a lot of the MOA. Back then it was like, I don't know, it was like $8 a can retail.
Yeah, it hasn't changed much.
So, but the one thing that drives me nuts about BG, maybe it's changed, is they never gave you the equipment. As a shop, you could go to Valvoline, you could go to almost any other company that sells different three-part cleaners, induction cleaning, and they'd give you the equipment long as you were buying the product. And I'll be damned, BG, I just think they're greedy as hell, honestly.
Well, no, but they're independent salesmen, so if you're a sales guy, we work with our guy, and he helps us out on the cost of those.
He does help you
Absolutely.
out. Okay, that's good. At least they do that. All right, does that answer your question, Jay?
Yes, guys. You have a great weekend.
You too, man. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I do love this time of year. I do. I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. I love New Year's. I do. I absolutely love this time of year. Love it. Daphne, do you love this time of year, or for women it's harder?
It's a lot of work, but I love giving, so it's kind of my favorite time of the year.
Well, go make me a sandwich. 303-713-8255. Ed, I said go make me a sandwich, and you were supposed to go to break. You didn't do it.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I want. Who's your boss? Who is it? Is it Mike? Is it Tim? Do I got to get Big Tim? What do I got to do here, man? That's it. I'm coming in there on break, and that's it. We're having a talk, and this won't happen again.
Traffic.
This report is sponsored.
Yeah, you got to change the entire headlight bulb assemblies.
Serious?
Yeah.
What is there?
Water intrusion.
Water, okay. Oh, can't you just dump the water out?
And then,
what is she talking about?
They change
the headlights.
The water when it hits
the water splashes.
Oh, because they're hot.
Yeah.
But can't you won't you take the assembly out, dump it out?
Well, sure,
What?
there's a
But
crack somewhere.
and then they also update the bulb
There's got
itself.
to be some way to
Okay.
seal it so water doesn't
$2
get back
grand though?
Well, if you go straight through Toyota, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, it could be, but
There's this shit
I'm
called
looking at aftermarket
tape.
for 150.
Yeah, exactly. That's a.
You can buy a lot of fucking clear
Or
tape.
or silicon to seal it.
Well, you got to find where the water's getting in,
Sure.
which is difficult.
Yeah. But seal all the way around it and stuff. I mean, you can only go in where there's either a crack or a edge.
So the only way lights explode is from water.
But see, then they also changed the type of bulb too, so I would hazard to.
All right, you guys have to check this out. It's Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. I'm going to give you a website to look at this video that Tom did. But if you have an older house or even a newer house with traditional insulation in your walls, this stuff is remarkable. They basically pull up in a truck and they pump it right into your exterior walls or your interior walls. And it flows around all the electrical and the HVAC. And this stuff not only will save you up to 50% on your energy bills, but it'll also make your house a lot quieter. So if you're next to a highway, or maybe you're on the top floor and there's a lot of noise on the bottom floor and the garage opens, there's all different things this product can do. But at least check out the video. Go to foamyourwalls.com. It's foamyourwalls.com. You'll see Martino there. This cool video showing how it works, how easy it is to retrofit your house with the best insulation out there. Foamyourwalls.com.
Well, revised assemblies could even just be a different glue.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they can change the shape.
Well, no, but since they've got a different bulb, they could easily change the way that old bulb indexes in there, so it may not even go in.
Interesting idea, Toyota. Way to go.
That'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you have to do is dog ear one side.
Sure. Thing's been driving us crazy. It's damn fuses in cars.
Really?
There are 7 different sizes in the same fuse. From you get like a low profile, medium profile, high profile, all within the same. And you try
Depending on where they are in the car, if they're under the
depending on
hood.
whether the underhood box, the under dash box, or
Why do they do that?
because they love being a pain in the ass to the aftermarket people.
No, you think that's it?
I guarantee you this.
Holy cow, they make a little
Well,
extra
the drives
money.
themselves crazy too. Their parts guys got to
Sure,
figure it out
it's
too.
first at GM, when they first started putting Torx head bolts on vehicles, the entire purpose was so that you would stay out from under the hood. You'd have to take it in for service.
Oh.
But when we got to call the manufacturer, the dealerships to buy fuses now, because the aftermarket, you just can't find the right.
Really? So they really, it's a money thing.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like for filters, or God, what car was that I had? You couldn't buy an aftermarket oil filter
For a little while. Yeah.
Well, that was on the Hondas.
Yeah.
They have the special. If you use an aftermarket and the engine blew, they would deny that warranty.
We tried to help a customer out on a Mercedes. Ended up having to go to Mercedes to get the filter, and then in the end, we couldn't reset her maintenance line. She had to go back there anyway to get it reset.
You're kidding.
But she was begging us, just please, I just don't want to have to drop my car to get the oil changed. So trying to help her out. $32 oil filter.
Is that what
Well,
Mercedes
when Ford first came out with the 6.0s, remember the air filters on those gosh darn things? They were what, $160?
Yeah.
Oh, for an air filter.
Yeah, because you had to change the. It came with the whole. Housing.
Almost.
So, and the ones that really got beat up on that were like ranchers and farmers who were out in
What's
the.
the Jeep that does that with the training filters part of the pan?
No, it's not. Yeah, that's actually made by Chrysler.
Yeah.
Or Mercedes rather.
Yes.
It's on the
Damn
ZF.
right.
We have to reboot, bro.
Yeah.
3 different ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on which one it is, it's anywhere from $130 to $370 for that
You
thing.
can change the filter out.
And you cannot get it to
by
reseal. Do
YouTube
not
or
try to reuse
Facebook?
it.
I'm not getting any comments on YouTube.
What's that?
I'm not getting any comments on YouTube, but Facebook, a ton of comments. So who's complaining? Is it email or what?
Mark's one fan is complaining.
Damn.
I love that.
Damn.
That's so funny. Damn it, I finally got one. And what do I do? I make a spectacle. I tell her to tune into the fucking to the cuss show with her 3-year-old.
This is the scripture hour.
This is where my wife generally keeps me out of trouble. Or attempts to, I should say.
She's been failing or lacking inside that regard.
Lacking for a long time.
Getting 630 K-Pound from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
On your smart speaker.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
All right, I put the tune-up on Ugly Ed in there. I had to tune him up a little. Now he's back to normal, hopefully. We'll see. Ugly Ed, are you coming over tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm looking forward to meeting your other.
Yeah, my husband.
Is it your husband? Are you guys married?
Yeah, well, common law.
Common. See, okay,
but
you're not married then.
You can't judge me. You don't know me.
I do know you. Why haven't you got married?
Timing.
Okay. Are you going to?
Yeah, eventually.
Did he give you a ring? Is there a ring? Is there a ring?
I don't think you do that in the gay world.
He put a ring on it.
You know what I mean? You don't.
There's some kind of ring, just not the kind I'm thinking of. All right.
That's what he's getting for Christmas.
We're just going to stay away from all this. 303-713-8255. Century RV. Hey, it is car day. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a secret. If you're looking for an RV, I bought mine there. In fact, we bought a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful RV from these guys. And I shopped around, everywhere. I am cheap. Believe it or not, I am super cheap. I looked everywhere from New York to California, and I ended up buying it right here in our own backyard at Century RV. And I got a great price on it. I got the best price possible on it. Now, this time of year, if you want an RV, I am telling you right now, you can beat them up, and you can tell them I said so. If you go down there, do you think they're selling stuff right now? No. But they have this ginormous lot with all these brand new and used RVs. They want to move. If you are thinking about getting an RV after winter, when summer comes, I'm telling you, go down there now and beat them up. They'll take almost anything. How's that? Go down and beat the guys up at Century and tell them I said so. But you can check out their inventory at CenturyRV.com. They have a great service department. They have 2 locations. And I am telling you, they have hundreds upon hundreds and hundreds of fifth wheels and what do you call them? I think I got an A-class, and they have B-class and C-class, all the RVs. Check out Century RV. And by the way, they're the #1 Cougar dealer in the entire country. CenturyRV.com. Now, let's go to, who should I go to? Kevin, tell me who to go to. Name one. Come on. I'll let you pick. Go ahead.
Line 3.
Line 3. Mike, what's going on? Mike,
Hi,
you're
Jeff.
up.
Merry Christmas.
Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Mike.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could bounce off all your gearheads. Last couple, 3 years, I've gotten aware of that maintenance procedure called engine vacuum. And I was wondering if your dealers, your shops, you guys' shops, if you do it, what's the
I have
benefits?
never, I don't know what this is. So, guys, please chime in, because if I don't know what it is, I assume a lot of listeners have no idea.
I think he's basically talking about a decarbonization or an intake cleaner.
That's basically, that's
a 3-part.
my understanding.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if you guys shops do it, and the benefits, drawbacks, roundabout cost, something like that.
So what do you do, Kevin?
Yeah, we do an intake cleaning, which will decarbonize everything else. We also put additives in the tank as part of that service. There's really no downside other than if you don't have carbon, you're not going to see any improvement.
Oh, so if it's already clean,
if
it
it's
does
already
nothing.
clean, it does nothing. So, I mean, would be the only downside.
Isn't it a lot more important on direct injection vehicles?
Well, all of them are carboning up. I mean, the throttles are caking up, everything. It doesn't idle right, it doesn't start, it doesn't shift right, all kinds of problems. They need to be done on most cars.
Mike, what kind of car do you have?
Well, I've got a modern car, and the one I'm thinking of...
what the hell's a modern car?
It no longer has the horse in the
mom's,
front.
Classic 65 Mustang. Classic 289 2-barrel.
Now, on a carbureted vehicle, though, what would you do? You don't do a fuel injection cleaning.
No, a little Marvel Mystery Oil or something in the oil would clean up the valves on that.
So, but Mike, what's your other car? The modern one?
It's a 08 Nissan Altima.
Okay, so on an 08 Nissan Altima, how many thousands of miles should that be done typically, Kevin?
I think every year to two, depending on the driving. If it's a lot of highway, you don't need it. If it's a lot of stop and go, you need it more often.
Got it. But you can definitely oversell it.
Yeah, that'd probably be my situation. What would be a roundabout cost to get that procedure done?
Couple $100 or less.
Okay. You recommend...
And that's the good. You use the BG for that.
We use all the BG for that, yes.
So what is that? How many? They call it a 3-part. So one goes in the gas tank.
Well, one goes in the gas tank afterwards. The other 2 go through the throttle.
And how do you do it? You hook it up with the machine.
You hook it up with a machine. It's pressurized, atomized, and it goes in.
And that's what really cleans
That's where the cleaning comes.
Got it. What's the additive eventually do? Is it 44K?
44K goes in the gas, and that cleans up
over a long period
over
of time.
the exhaust. It cleans up the catalytic converter, cleans everything up over a tank of gas.
Mike, you got any other questions?
Yeah, just the end result with boiling down that carb. Is there any?
Hold on, Mike. I'll come back to you so you can ask that. That music, I just have no. I have no say in what happens when that music starts. I can do a lot of things, but when it comes to that music, I could sit here and talk, and let's see what happens. We've got 1 more hour to go, and let's just see if I keep talking, if Ugly Ed will not cut me right off, or will he?
Art of Granite for your...
You ever think about how much gay marriage had to screw over some of the freaking individuals, man? There's particularly 2 guys, you know. I mean, you get in the milk here, you know. You don't have to take the cow, you know. So they were actually able to sit back and say, "Of course I love you, baby. I mean, I'd marry you if I could, but you know." And then all of a sudden, next day, it's like, yeah, oh. They had the perfect out.
I think marriage was probably started with the Catholic Church.
I don't think
that's
Church.
not accurate.
You think it was before
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Catholic Church is
There's
1,500 or wait, 1,800 years.
There's
How, like,
plenty
it
of
really wasn't Catholic.
At some point, you round off.
Jews were married.
Were they?
Yeah.
How about like
And
back
Indians
to,
got married.
How about Cleopatra? No, I don't think Indians.
Yeah, they did.
You sure?
Yeah, they had ceremonies. They got married.
Yeah, but I mean, was it a marriage really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well,
it wasn't there.
Maybe not down in certain tribes.
I don't know, Kevin. This is the same guy.
I'm not an expert.
This is the same guy that asked me, "Hey, Mark, do you know what 85-year-old tastes like?" And I said, "No, I don't." And he said, "And I said what?" And he says, "Depends."
He gave the old lawyers.
Now that 3-year-old, I bet if that 3-year-old tells that one in nursery school, they might get kicked out.
You'd be the head of the playground with that one.
God, that would
being on the playground. Do you remember blowing bubbles when you were a kid?
I'm not going.
Dan, do you remember your first blowjob?
I know this is a.
He knows it's a trap, but he just can't quite put it there yet. Yeah, one Republican came out and said, "We don't care who the next Democratic president is, and when they're president, we're going to impeach him. We don't know why, but we're going to do it."
That's precedence. That's the precedence that's getting set here.
Oh, big time.
I mean, it's because they say that ugly green guy, the Democrat from Texas, he said, "If we don't get him here, we'll get him next time."
I know, he did, literally. And then Pelosi came out and said, "We started this 2 years ago."
Right.
We didn't know why we were going to impeach him or what he did wrong.
I think she kind of misspoke that.
Yeah, she stepped on her own dick.
Well, she fucking said it and she meant it. They were looking for anything. She stepped on her dick.
She could have. You never know.
God, it's funny though, man.
Well, it's really pathetic, though, if you think about it.
It really is.
You know, so the next time they disagree with the policy, they're going to impeach him again?
Yeah, I wish.
Well, when's the last time we had a president of one party and House and Senate majority in the other?
Was Clinton? Yeah, we did have the House.
Because now we know you can simply change the president if that's the circumstance.
Right.
There is no high crimes. There is no misdemeanors.
Right.
None of it matters. All you have to have is the votes.
But how can it be so hypocritical saying that Trump did this when Biden said that about the the guy over there at what was the country?
With his son, you mean?
Right.
Ukraine.
No, not Turkey.
Ukraine.
Where he actually said that if you're not getting your $1 billion,
unless you fire the guy.
But that's why they didn't bring it up as a quid pro quo or, the Democrats, the impeachment. If they brought that in, then they're going to bring Biden into the investigation. That's why they left that out of this.
Well, they actually did a study because quid pro quo was not carrying.
Right.
Yeah, they did a study. People wanted to hear the word bribery.
Yeah, but then they got rid of bribery. None of the articles in impeachment had bribery.
Right.
They were like, "Fuck, that didn't work." Son of a bitch. Hey, he wouldn't come testify. Corruption.
Yeah.
They should get Biden involved. What was his?
Well, they will.
I'm
hoping really in the Senate. I hope they just fucking do a 10-minute trial vote and let's
like Kaplan said last night. Take yes for an answer
and just go.
Don't give them more time to come up with more crap.
No, I was saying, what was the phrase that Biden paid it on his bus? No.
Malarkey?
Malarkey. Yeah, he's the one that should be, helping them out with.
He's got kids bouncing on his legs and bouncing on his knee and rubbing his legs.
I can't believe Ross thinks that Biden could beat Trump. I can't believe it.
He honestly thinks that? Really?
Yeah.
But Biden doesn't have a prayer against Trump.
That doesn't mean
but you still have
he's saying
Democrats
he thinks it's possible. I don't think anybody else could. Actually, I think Bloomberg would have a better shot, to be honest.
No. Well, I don't think so. I don't think they'll let him get
his own party will tear him apart.
Yeah. But Biden, he's going to crack up. The guy's losing.
The guy is cracked up.
He is. He's losing.
He belongs in Mad Magazine.
He does. That's a great place.
He's got another year to go. Yeah, he's going to be.
That whole thing with the kids was crazy. I don't even know what he was trying to say.
You know what he said?
What did he say? The hair on my leg?
He was talking about he was a lifeguard, and the kids would come up and rub the hair on his legs, and that's when I learned that I loved having little kids.
And who named your campaign the No Malarkey Tour? Who the fuck uses the word malarkey?
But you know what's funny? So he said that in 2017, but it's funny about that because he says that's where I learned about the word for roach or the word roach. He never said what that was. Was it marijuana? Was it what kids were called, roach, or whatever?
How did he use it?
Here, I'll get the whole quote.
Say the quote. I'll tell you how he meant it.
He says, and that's where I learned.
I can get into the head of Joe Biden.
It's a little space in there for everybody.
There's lots of room in here. God, were they desperate to get him to come? I mean, really, think about it. The mainstream Dems, which I used to be one, just looked around and said, holy shit, we're a socialist party. We can't win in this country. We're not even going to get union votes. We're going to get nothing.
I mean, yeah.
How about that wacko chasing all those jobs from Amazon out of New York?
AOC,
I still can't believe that.
And she's bragging about it again.
Yeah. And now her big push is for the family leave. She was big on that bill for the family leave for the 12 weeks.
12 months?
12 weeks.
No,
no, you're right. No.
She said in a perfect world.
Oh, yeah, but right now the bill pushes for 12 weeks. And this is for people that are just like contracted, that work for the government. This isn't for bigwigs or anything like that.
You know, Clinton, either Clinton, but especially Bill, if he ran again, I swear to God he'd be a Republican.
But, if she made the comparison with how long does a puppy get to stay with its mother after it's born?
8 weeks.
Why don't people get the same dignity? Excuse me, after 8 weeks, we removed the puppy from the other dog's life and replaced it elsewhere. You get to actually return and find your child still there.
Not only that, a dog at 1 year old is a hell of a smarter than a human.
She's trying to sound clever.
She's an idiot.
Welcome to the show. This is the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, try to make your life a little bit better. It's car day. We generally relax, have a little different tone on Fridays because car people, well, they're car people, and we've got to slow it down for the car people. 3037. That was aimed right at you there, Jeff. Oh, man. All right.
I didn't quite get that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It went right over your head. You're still asking. You're still asking questions.
What do you mean?
Exactly. All right, 303-713-8255. I'll let you know when a line's open, but in all seriousness, we're here to help you out. If you've been ripped off or taken advantage of, we do want to hear from you. My goodness, we even got, you guys realize at one point, Tom and myself got a lady a liver. A liver. No, was it a liver or a kidney?
That was liver.
It was. That was crazy. And remember how mad her sister was?
Yeah, they stopped talking to us.
They did. It was crazy because we talked about it on the air. We thought it was so great. We got her a donor, and we did it in a magical way. And anyhow, they didn't want to come on the air and talk about it. It was just crazy. We literally helped save this woman's life, and I guess we should just be grateful. Honestly, we helped her out and leave it at that. But it is kind of weird sometimes when you help people, how they disappear off the face of the planet. I mean, it's strange. What do you think, Daff?
Yeah, it gets frustrating at times. You put a lot of heart and passion into it.
Yeah, you do. And sometimes literally a lot of work. I've tracked down some bad guys to serve before, and actually the people ended up getting paid eventually after court. And sometimes you don't even get a thank you. But, it's kind of weird. Humans, we're a little strange. Some people say we do everything to make ourselves feel better. And I think there's some truth to that. I really do. I think what's the word for that? I can't think of the word. Dang it, I'll think about it. It's pretty good, though. It's a good word. All right, 303-713. Malarkey. Malarkey. If you listen to us over the breaks, you really should. You should go to Facebook and listen over the breaks. You'd be, if you ever want to get the behind the scenes, you really should. And we do it all the time. When Tom's back Monday, we'll do it. We constantly, every day, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and it's live video. We have numerous different cameras. How many angles of cameras do we have now? 3, 4?
3. No, 4. 4.
Yeah, so Dan bounces the cameras everywhere. When you hear Kevin talk or hear Jeff, we have a camera on them. We have a camera on the gals in the other room. And we have... Do we still have the ugly Ed cam, or did that get taken
that's
back?
Up here, yeah.
I think the lens cracked or something. I don't know what happened on that one. But anyhow, we do that, and we really do try to help. I mean, honest to goodness, I love joking around, and I love having fun. But what I love more than anything is when someone gets ripped off, and we can literally go after them and make the bad guy pay, one way or the other. That is my favorite thing to do.
But it gets scary at times.
Oh, man. Remember, Dan, the rolling turd with the meth head son? God.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was probably...
that was our first sting.
That was that was crazy, man. We did that live on Facebook, and you want to talk about holy moly. Until you really are face-to-face with a meth head, I mean, literally, someone on meth, they're crazy. They're just outright insane. They're insane. I've had people throw stuff at me out in the field. This guy, they basically threatened to kill us. And the kid was walking around. I wasn't too worried about it because they were messed up enough. I know Dan and I could have taken the two. Seriously. I would have
I could have taken them.
You could have taken them. Actually, I would have stepped back and said, Dan, he's my muscle. He's my muscle. Candy, what's going on? How can we help you with this contractor?
Hello.
Hello, Candy.
Hi. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. You
Sure.
guys are responsive so quickly and everything. Okay, so I went to Home Depot and up front paid a little over $6,000 to get my carpet taken out and floors installed. Made an appointment. Okay, it'll be in 3-4 weeks. We'll get your stuff out and it'll acclimate. I live out in Florissant, Colorado. And
what kind of carpet? Was it carpet or was it flooring too?
I had carpet ripped out and some flooring in the kitchen.
No, what did you put in though? Hardwood?
Laminate.
Okay, go ahead.
But I am sitting in a house of dust. Cement dust. I have been put through a living hell. I cannot enjoy my Christmas. I cannot decorate because of everything that's been going on.
Where does it stand right now? Where does it stand right now?
Right now, my husband is having a surgery for hernia because he's got to lay the cement. Home Depot has a pro referral list that
I know
they have. Okay, so
Candy,
they referred me to
listen. I just got to backtrack. You spent $6,000. How long ago?
November, Aprox the 12th.
Okay, so almost 30 days ago, right?
Correct.
They were supposed to come out and install everything in 3 to 4 weeks. That's what Home Depot told you.
Okay, so the installation was supposed to be November 12th through the 15th.
Got it.
Done. So it was paid for a couple weeks before that. Okay.
Got it.
That's the correct portion.
I understand now.
Yeah, we had a guy come out and measure, and they said everything looks good. Little dip, less than a quarter inch, you're good. And then they come out to install. They send one older guy with a very bad language barrier, and took him 3 hours to do something I could have done within 25 minutes.
Okay, Candy, I still need to just like really laser focus in on something. Is the flooring in now?
It is not.
It is not. So where does it stand?
Cement.
So they ripped the other stuff out. So what are they waiting on?
This referral program that they've sent me, high voltage services. And so the gentleman recommended somebody. He came out and I paid him $1,000. It was a scam. He sanded some stuff. And then high voltage just said,
okay, Candy, hold on. I understand you're upset. You're frustrated. You're trying to tell this story. You got to tell it a little better, though. So, once again, where we sit right now is the flooring is not installed, right?
It is not installed.
Are they going to install it?
They have an appointment for possibly mid-January if I can get the leveling, but I cannot get the leveling done.
Okay, so the leveling hasn't been done. Maybe you should part ways. Would Home Depot let you part ways with these guys?
Only way I can, everything's already been paid. Yeah. They made me pay for everything up front.
The flooring, but
everything
is the flooring at your house yet?
Yes, it is.
How much is the labor aspect of this?
Labor aspect, approx 2,500.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't sound too out. So if I'm understanding everything, basically they're saying we can't put the floor down because the floor is not level enough. That's what you spent the $1,000 on, right?
Correct. And then I spent another $1,500 for a gentleman to come out. He's like, okay, so this guy, I know him. He was one of my employees.
To come out and do what?
Come out and level your floor. He's like, I'll do it, and we'll get it done. So he came out, looked at it. Okay, I'll come out tomorrow, and I'll do it. Nobody was ever on time throughout this whole spiel.
But did he do it?
He did not.
So you've spent $2,500 outside of the $6,000 to get the floor leveled, and it's still not leveled.
Correct.
Okay, what are why is it still not leveled, though?
Because I cannot find the right person to
hold on a second.
Come out and level it.
All right, hold on. Wait. I gotta just hold on a second. Candy, seriously, calm down a second. Daphne, try to get Buddy Mitchell on. I want to talk to Buddy Mitchell. See if we can get him on. I want to ask him some questions and ask her where she at. Where's she at? Ask her where she at. Seriously, ask her what city she's in. I want to see and get Buddy on. Let's do that. Let's take a break. Linda, Julie, and Moose. Moose, his wipers won't go down. Why? That's what it says on my screen.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Nancy Pelosi says, quote, I'm not a law. Okay, so I got this quote from Biden. Are you going to do a commercial? So he said that all about his hair, and then he said after that, so I learned about roaches, and I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Man, I really like these guys. The company is called Master Rooter. I've been talking to them for a while, and if you need a sewer line replacement, they can save you up to 50%, maybe even more off most of the other guys. And I mean most of the other guys. These guys are budget-oriented. The other thing, any plumbing you need, they give great discounts to senior citizens, military, and they also give discounts to single-income families. The owner is a wonderful guy. His name is Tony, and this guy runs a great business with great prices, 24/7 emergency service. Whether you just need a toilet installed, a new faucet, you get the idea. Check out Master Rooter. Here's the phone number. Write it down when you need it. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406.
So Mark, this is how you use the roaches. So he said all about his hair come up again. Then he said, so I learned about roaches and I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
I learned about roaches and I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And this is him working as a lifeguard when he's little.
Right, after he said it about his hairy legs. You know,
about
the kids used to come up and reach the pool, rub my leg down.
I guess you're right. I have no idea. What the hell do you think he meant by that?
I don't think he knows.
I don't think either of them fit. What does roaches have? What does the bug have to do with that?
Well, what was it? Where was he at?
So he said that about his legs, you know, and the kids to come up and reach the pool and rub my leg.
Yep. So my question is, where was he when he was at the pool? Was he in Florida?
He was a
lifeguard in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, okay.
He's a kid.
But read actually what he said. Listen to this.
It says, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight. Talk about his hair. And then watch the hair come back up again. So I learned about roaches and I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
What the fuck does that mean? That really doesn't make any sense.
And he said that 2 years ago in 2017.
You know
so
what,
he was
Dan?
nuts.
You're right. I have no idea what that means.
And he won't say it. The people won't say what he meant about that.
He probably doesn't remember. I mean, he's done a million speeches. You would have to ask him right then and there. But that's anybody.
Can you imagine being his handler and seeing this stuff come out? You just gotta
shake your head.
You know?
Century. I did Century. Did I not do Integra? Oh, Integra's this hour. Okay. K&H is this. Genesis. I did not do Genesis.
Hey.
Panacea. Moose.
I saw that.
Moose. I'll tell you what a lot of people make the mistake of now. I learned the hard way. Suzanne learned the hard way. If you have auto wipers, both our cars have auto wipers. You go through the fucking car wash, man.
Oh.
You start coming on.
Hers flew right off. Yeah. It didn't hurt the arm, but it took the damn wiper right off. And we got lucky it didn't scratch the fucking glass.
Those are pretty cool, though.
Oh, I love them.
I rented them just recently down in Florida. Rented a car, and I'm driving along. Here comes the rain. I'm like, oh crap! I'm trying to figure out where the switch is,
and there it was.
Boop, boop. It's like, okay.
And ours is pretty good. I mean, little rain, little wiper.
Yeah.
And then I'm so used to the auto headlights now too. Our headlights I'd never touch, never turn them on, off. I couldn't even tell you when they're on or off. And then if I have highs on, if I set high on, then it'll go into an automatic mode to where whenever there's not another car around, the highs come on.
Those automatic headlights.
That's when I learned about roaches.
But
so it could be a derogatory term for blacks.
No, it's not.
If you look at it, what?
No, it's not.
The thing that always gets me with the automatic.
Okay, here, look at right here.
You're turning into a Democrat.
Look at right here. Look at right here. Come over here and look at it.
Listen, man, I don't care what it says. That's not what he meant.
He meant the cucarachas.
El cucaracha.
I did that. My truck has the automatic headlights. So, but when you park somewhere and leave it running, and you switch them off.
Oh yeah, then you forget to start it back on.
I did that. We went to Jay Brett's Christmas party a week or two ago, down in Littleton at night, and you know, I was on a phone call or something, we parked, and I did that exact thing, and when we left, I probably drove without my headlights on for like 10 minutes.
Almost worse than saying the N-word, dude.
That's funny you said that.
Like Jose Cuervo?
Down Colfax, just, you know, no worries. Not even realizing I didn't, you know.
I've never heard that.
The other thing is now it's all the vehicles with sunroofs. I never use mine, but man, you pull up to that car wash place, I always double check everything. We pay $30 a month for unlimited.
For what?
Car wash, and we literally drive by it on the way to and from work. So when I'm paying like for a car wash unlimited, boy, I got to get it down to like $1 a wash, or else it just ain't worth it to me, man.
Yeah, but it takes time. How long does it take you to run through it?
The times I go, I went this morning to give you an idea. It takes me about 5 minutes.
It's even less if you
there's
take
no
a car.
one in line. I'd never wait in line. Oh, actually, they have a speed pass. So even when people are in line, the people that pay the all-you-can-eat, you can go through. And it also includes one interior full clean each month.
Oh, that's cool.
So just the car wash in the interior is usually $30.
Yeah, but a lot of times you just want your windows cleaned.
Yeah, correct.
Because you can't see out of it. Yeah.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got Buddy Mitchell on. I'm going to bring Buddy up, and hopefully we can help Candy figure out this flooring issue. But I want to tell you about Genesis Home Exteriors, or Genesis Total Exteriors. Home improvements of all kinds. In fact, Szymanski was just out at our house. He's bidding and most likely is going to get the job to redo our master bathroom, but he does everything, not just the outside of the house, even though his company is called Total Exteriors. He does the siding, he does windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks on the outside, but on the inside, like we're getting done, he does beautiful, and I mean beautiful remodels. And you kind of go over a budget with him, and he's got different guys that do different things. He's got a kitchen guy, a basement guy. You get the idea, but they're great guys. At least get a bid. Any project that you need done on your house, I'm telling you, get a bid from this guy. He's one of the must calls. 303-679-8509. His name is Mark. His company is Genesis Total Exteriors. 303-679-8509. Hey, buddy, Candy did what a lot of people do, and why they do it, I have no idea. I'll tell you why they do it, because they don't know about SimplyFloorsInc.com. Even though I sit up here on this microphone, and I shout it out at the top of my lungs all the time, some people still go to these big box stores thinking they're going to save a ton of dough, when generally you guys beat them. But let's not go down that path. She went to Home Depot. She got somebody off their pro list or whatever it's called. What is that called? Do you know, buddy?
No, I don't. I don't know what Home Depot does.
Yeah, whatever the hell they do. They've got some kind of list there. It's not like the referral list where they're background checked.
No, I believe they're hired by Home Depot. If they installed it, they're hired by Home Depot. If you go to a place like Floor & Decor, or if you go to Lumber Liquidators, they only sell material.
Got it.
And then they refer you to some installer off of Craigslist.
Yeah, who you never know what's going to happen. So, but anyhow, so she spent $6,000 on laminate, some kind of LVT. And they ripped everything out down to the cement. And apparently, it's not level enough, which you've run into before, of course. I mean, it's got to be,
absolutely.
What is the tolerance generally? A half-inch, quarter-inch, what?
3/16 of an inch and an 8-foot radius.
3/16, that's a good, okay, that's easy as that. So it is either level enough or not level enough. So.
Well, level, it can be out of level. It has to be flat. So if you have a whole slab and it slopes an inch out of level,
that's
but
fine.
It's flat and it's consistent, it can be out of level. It just has to be flat.
Got it. So she spent $6,000, which was supposed to be everything. It's not level, which is understandable. It probably happens quite a bit. Or it's not intolerance, let's put it that way. So this company says, hey, we know someone that can do it, and she drops another $2,500, right, Candy?
That is correct.
So, but here's the problem. Is it level now or not, Candy? Is it tolerable or not?
It is not.
So it's still not. And what are they saying needs to be done now?
Every time I call and talk to Home Depot, they say there's nothing they can do.
No,
even though we paid high dollar to have them do everything.
Candy,
and they said,
I'm talking about the contractors, though. What else do the contractors say that needs to be done in order to lay your flooring?
It needs to be leveled. It's still not leveled. There's parts in both sides that are in the kitchen, and it's only 523 square foot. So my husband's doing what he can because we don't know where else to go.
I'm so confused here. Buddy, what do you think could possibly be going on with this, just from this little bit of information you know?
So let me ask her a couple of questions.
Please.
So is it still not to spec?
Correct.
Is that what
it
they're
is not
saying?
to inspection.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
So did they pour, what did they do? How did they for $2,500 for 500 square feet, what did they do?
Yep. The first guy came out and spent probably 3 hours sanding and said he was done.
Okay.
And then the second guy came out and spent about 3 hours and patched up a few spaces in the kitchen and then one space in the living room and said, "This is good, that we're good." Well, I don't know nothing about it. So the husband came home and he did his level on a 6-foot level, and it is not level. And I sent pictures to Home Solutions.
Okay, Candy.
And they said,
do you want it? Do you want it to be level or flat? Is the room out of level, or is it not flat? Does the level rock when you put it on there? Is there a hump in it, or is it just that when you lay the level down, it's out of level?
When you lay the level down and you push on one side, the other side's going to go up.
Okay, so it still rocks. So let me tell you what we do, because I actually have a full-time in-house crew that does nothing but floor leveling for LVT and laminate, right? Because we work with a lot of basement companies, and they're putting like Elkstone basements, they're putting a tremendous amount of LVT in basements, and there's probably not a floor in Denver.
But keep going, buddy.
In a basement. So what we do is we go in and we grind just like that, and then we come in and we don't use a floor patch. We use a product that bonds with the concrete, and we pour it. Now let me say this:
how much does that generally cost, though, for 500 square feet?
Poured $50, 500 square feet. We would normally, if the floor is a square foot, but we don't charge $1.50. We tell people 90%. Colorado in basements, because that's what we do mostly.
Yeah.
Need about $1.50 a square foot, so $750. That's 90% of the floor.
So they ripped her face off.
I would have loved to go out there and level 500 square feet, because we would have, for $2,500, we would have been able to pour. Let's say we would have spent 6 hours with a floor leveler. Now we have a big grinding machine that we use. That I paid a lot of money for. It's a machine that's a circular.
What area are you in, Candy?
I'm in Florissant, Colorado, right behind Pikes Peak.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, we don't go there. But what we also but what you can do is there's a product called Ardex, and that's what we use. And we would have poured, if we had poured 30 bags of that, which is a lot. I mean, that's normally 30 bags is normally a 1,500.
I'm getting it, buddy.
Right?
I'm getting it. I can't turn it into the flooring show, but these guys ripped her face off. Let's get back to that, right?
Yeah, well, they should fix it. I mean, for $2,500,
this should be done.
You can get a tremendous amount of floor prep done. And if the area is only 500 square feet, a fee to go, whatever. But
okay, so
we would have been.
All right. I get it. Here's what we're going to have to do. First of all, hold on. Both of you, hold on. Buddy Mitchell, Simply Floors. Boy, you can tell he loves flooring. I swear he's a heyday at a party. I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding. He never stops talking flooring. No matter what, it's flooring. And I love it, and he's the best at it. He's done all my flooring. He's done Tom's flooring. He's great at flooring, but don't get him talking flooring. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy, seriously, thank you for that. And I want to get Candy, when we come back, I want to get the name of this contractor and call them up and see what the hell's going on, because that's where we need to go with this. But, Buddy, thanks again. SimplyFloorsInc.com. He would have done that for, what do you say, $700. She's 25 in.
Yeah.
For as much as she spent on that, he probably could have done the whole flooring.
The install. Yep.
Yeah, no, don't go to Lowe's. Don't go to Home Depot. I'm telling you, folks, don't get burned because you don't know who you're dealing with there. You might know who you're buying the product from. You don't know who the hell's installing it. SimplyFloorsInc.com is where you go, and they'll save you up to 40% from the big box.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplan
got up and left. Left.
And come back.
And Buddy would still be talking.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know why you cut him off.
He said the same thing at the Briss last night.
At the Briss? See, 6,000 feet. 6,000 divided by. So $12 a square foot.
But does she have wooden floors? They talk about sand.
Cement.
You sure?
Yeah, she said that because she's got the dust on it. Yeah.
She said sand. How did they sand cement floors?
Oh yeah, grind.
With a cement sander.
Grind. No,
I
yeah,
heard
cement.
grind, but not sanding.
Well, grinding, sanding, and stuff.
As great college paths.
And I imagine it depends on if it's like this or like this. If it's like right. But I mean, if it's like this, if it's like a little cap, and they probably try to grind that versus bringing a whole floor up.
All right, for windows, siding, doors, and more, K&H has what you're looking for. You know, they were the 2019 Energy Star Partner of the Year, and on top of that, they were also that for the previous 5 years. And this month, they have 35% off entry doors, and if you need anything, their windows, by the way, are absolutely beautiful. Durable, energy efficient, custom fit. They're made to the exact specs that the guys over in K&H want to make them to. These are not cheap windows, and I don't mean that price-wise. I mean these are high-quality windows with wonderful warranties. The other thing they sell that is absolutely beautiful, in fact, I've been looking at it, is Everlast siding. It's waterproof, it's got a lifetime durability warranty, and colors like you won't believe, and it's all impregnated colors that never fades, never wears off. You can even get a rich cedar look, great textures. It's unbelievable. You have to check out K&H. In fact, the easiest way to do it is go to khwindows.com, but do it right now. You got that 35% off, and I'll give you a secret. If you mention Martino, you'll get an extra 10% off. Extra 10, that's 45% off. Call now in December while they're slow. khwindows.com. Did you see how I got intimate with my listeners? Did you see that?
You're really trying to get that fan back, aren't you?
You're learning. I'm trying to get that fan back.
He
I'm
just
learning. Come on, Dan. I'm trying to teach you the craft. So
This could have been the one to. This could have been the one to rub your legs.
She could have made the hair stand up on my back.
And you could have learned about roaches.
And I could have learned about roaches.
That's why I don't think Biden can do it. If he gets on a debate with Trump will freaking...
all I'd ask him exactly what you just asked. What did you mean about roaches? Just hit him with...
And why are kids rubbing your legs?
Yeah, why does your hair go back up after it goes down? What's wrong with your hair?
Come on, man.
Let's talk about politics.
Hey, don't give me that malarkey, Trump.
Let's do push-ups.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Let's do push-ups.
He did the 80-year-old guy. He wanted to take him on in push-ups. He did. He said.
I heard it. I heard it. It was actually...
See, he's losing it.
If you were in rural Iowa, there's a good chance that man was a farmer. Could probably fucking bench press your shit.
Hard, yeah.
He
Oh, Trevor Law.
I'm not good about coming up with stuff quick, but he's really bad.
Yeah, but you haven't been in politics for 50 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but he's always been like that. He says gaffes all the time. You know,
so did Bush. Bush was probably one of the biggest gaffe guys ever.
Bush.
My daughters, what do you say? My daughters weren't as smart as they thought they was.
Bush was.
You know kind of what he meant. He actually had Bushisms.
Did you hear that the Afghanistan, they knew all along they weren't going to help out Afghanistan? I tell you what, Trump was absolutely correct saying how corrupt the FBI is, how bad I know more than the military. Of course, the military probably knew that. They just
but they've been, you know, he said 3 years ago that his campaign was being spied on and everybody made fun of him for it.
They were.
They were. No, the truth is now, they were. But back then, they were like, yeah, Trump.
Right, yeah, exactly, a little wacko, though.
Yeah.
But that makes me angry the military's hiding things like that. And people are dying.
But they're all self-serving.
Dan,
why do you think they come
you,
up with
my
new
friend,
jets
are on a
and
need-to-know
tanks and
basis.
Yeah, you don't need to know.
And you don't need to know.
I do need to know.
You don't need to know.
I can't. That was one of the best.
Do you know he was actually by himself when he did that rant? When Jack Nicholson had the whole court scene thing.
Oh, really? Yep. He was just filming himself, or what?
He was by himself. Yeah, the rest of the cast wasn't there when he was doing his argument and yelling and whatnot.
Wouldn't it be kind of fun, or how do you get into that? Because sometimes you got to sing, you got to do stuff that sounds so stupid. I mean, how do you keep from?
Yeah, but it's like all the green screens and all.
Good job, Daph.
You know,
what now?
She got the owner of that company on for candy. See what he has to say.
Candy should have offered them some candy.
Should have been a little
I
sweeter.
was going to ask her if that's really her name.
Yeah.
Stripper name.
Is it with this Y or an I?
Well, it used to be my stage name.
Well, it's my stage name, yes.
Is there something wrong with that?
You think that's her real name, Candy? Ed? You think Candy's her real name?
He says, I didn't get many tips with Bella.
Nobody liked Helga.
Yeah. Bella? Olga?
What are the Trump cases? What is this, the decisions? Whether to take up 3 separate...
Oh, he's still trying to block the subpoenas for his financial records. Just like Obama blocked his birth certificate.
All right, we have got a ton to do before the end of the show, so let's get moving. 303-713-8255. Daphne got Tyrone on. He's with High Voltage Services. He is apparently the contractor that Home Depot sent out to install Candy's flooring, and she basically ran into problems where it wasn't level. She spent $2,500 with a company that I believe Tyrone suggested, at least according to Candy, and she still doesn't have a level floor. First of all, Tyrone, I do appreciate when businesses come on. It tells me something about them right away when they come on. So what's going on here?
Well, basically what had happened was that an employee of mine basically stole a job from us and like all that good stuff. I did basically everything I possibly could to make it right because she was not pleased by his work ethic and like all that good stuff. He didn't really do like much of the job, and plus he stole the job from me, like obviously. So then she calls me. I'm like more than like happy to cut her a break and like all that good stuff. I'm trying to cut her a break anyhow because of the fact that like she's been screwed over by so many contractors that I don't want her to have a sour taste in her mouth.
Tyrone, hold on a second. Let me ask you a couple of questions. When you say the employee stole the job, so Home Depot hired you to go out and install, is that correct?
Like what happens is they put it up on the app, and you got the choice to either accept the job or like message the customer or like whatnot. Well, I messaged her, and I sent him out there to go do the estimate there. And about 2 days after that, I fired him due to circumstances that I can't explain. And then he felt upon himself to continue to go do the job and like all that good stuff. So basically, he sold the job for me.
Who got paid for the job?
Well, initially it was the guy that I fired. And then I came out there, I'm like, all right.
Tyrone, you own High Voltage Services, though, right?
Yes, sir.
So
that's why I was trying to. That's the reason why I was trying to make it like right. So I did it for like next to nothing. Like I was gonna do the thin set, like all that good stuff for $1,000 down. Well, I've got well the place is so like out of like whack. You can't put that much say thin set down all in like one day. If you do, it's gonna crack. Your flooring is gonna like basically like look like crap. So I tried to explain that to him. Her like husband got like all irritated and cheated off on me, pissed off at me. And they even like hired me to come put the flooring in.
Tyrone, hold on one second. Let me put him on hold. Daphne, you got him? Okay, so he can't hear me now. I want to tell everybody listening something. You go to Home Depot, this is what you get. I have no idea. To me, the guy sounded like he's on some kind of drugs right now. Whether he is or not, I don't care. He got paid, this company got paid. He acknowledged it, and his employee screwed it up, who he apparently fired. But listen to what I'm saying. If you go buy flooring at Home Depot, this guy could show up at your house. And Home Depot, do not put him back on hold yet. And Home Depot should be ashamed for allowing people like this into your house. I want to get a hold of Home Depot and get them to make this right with this lady, because this is insane.
So I'm already working with Home Depot on another Colorado Springs issue. Same thing. Contractor they referred.
This
is crazy. I have a name.
So listen, when you're looking for flooring and you hear us talk about Simply Floors Inc., Buddy knows these people that installed. Now, I'm going to go back to this guy, and he has no idea what I just said, but I'm telling you, he doesn't even make sense. Go ahead.
So, like, long story short, like, basically, the following day, I was like, is it okay if I come out and we'll, like, put some in, sit down, like, stuff like that? And he says that I'm doing, like, terrible work and that he can do a better job himself.
Tyrone, do you have the money to get this job done properly? Can you go out there, get this thing leveled, and get the floor installed?
I've been begging them to let me complete the job and put a better taste in their mouth, to make them happy.
Like, what do you mean, put a better what? Put a better what?
A better taste in their mouth towards, like, contractors that were not all bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Candy, let me ask you something. Candy, I don't know what to say here. Are you not allowing him back there or what now?
That is correct. He is not allowed back on our property because he promised to get the job done that specific day because of the issues I've had with his employee. And
Tyrone,
so when it wasn't done...
Tyrone, whether you fired that guy or not, my God, man, that was your employee. Your company got paid on this. Can you give her a refund, or what can you do, man? Do something. Stand up. Do something.
I told her I already gave her a due date, and the date that I said that it would be 100% completed, it would have been 100% completed. Like, that following day, I was planning on bringing, like, 4 other guys out there with me just so that way I could beat that deadline.
Candy, if he would show back up and knock it out in a deadline, would you allow him to do that now or not?
I don't think my husband would allow that, no.
You know what? I don't know if I would either, honestly. I don't. Tyrone, I mean, this, I understand you had a bad employee, you stole the job or whatever, but honestly, that's probably because you don't run a great business, man. I mean, this really sucks for her. She's the one that spent the money. She's the one out of the money. And honestly, it sounds like everything you say is just an excuse on it.
No, there's no excuses. I mean, like, I tried to, like, own it the best I possibly could. We are a newer company, and we are doing the best we possibly can to make everybody happy.
You know what? I think we should turn this into literally a Home Depot commercial. In fact, Ugly Ed, I want this call in its entirety. Seriously, I want it in an MP3, and I want you to send it, Daphne, to Home Depot's media reps. And you know what, Tyrone? I think you need to make this right by giving her some money back. Can you do that or not?
I've already been talking to her about it. We are definitely going to do something like that. I'm not exactly for certain of what. I'm probably going to take out the labor for the very first day and then refund the, like, laying down the laminate there. I actually gave her the cheapest quote that anybody possibly ever could.
Yeah, that went well. You know what? He just did his own commercial. We got to deal with Home Depot on this. Home Depot should be ashamed, 100% ashamed. So I really want this to go to their media rep, this entire call.
I even remember her name, Christina.
This is who what are they called? They're pros or whatever they called. This is their pros. My God, am I crazy, Kevin? Or is this just unbelievable?
You should have been out there fixing this just right away.
Just right away. So this is what you get. Now listen, Home Depot, listen. I am not saying you guys are bad guys. I shop at Home Depot. I usually go to Lowe's, but this could happen at Lowe's too. I am telling you, Home Depot, you need to make this right. Or I'm going to use this as a commercial for you guys during this show all the time. Ugly Ed, make sure I get that clip, because this is who represents Home Depot. Brand new company, cheapest bid ever. And where did it get them? Where did it get them?
A mess.
You guys probably deal with this automotive all the time.
Yeah.
You're up against, hey, my shade tree mechanic down the road can do that whole engine for $500.
Exactly.
And guess what? It never gets done, and they end up calling this show. Tyrone, I suggest you get your act together with people that you hire. I'm not even going to say, I'm not even really mad at him. I just can't believe Home Depot.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
Angie's list for Home Depot.
Yeah. That's how well that works, too.
Right.
For the life of me, I can't believe Home Depot. They must, like, literally have nothing. How long you been in business? They don't even ask that.
The Home
Are
Depot
you in business?
Pro. They call it the Home Depot Pro.
Is that what they call them? I'm going to ask you what it's called.
But I wish there was some way to tell me. You know, we had to go through, like, to get on this show, And then like AAA. Oh my God. 3 months it took.
It looks like Home Depot, you got to have a breath.
Well, you got to have a piece of paper that says you got a business. That's it.
You might not even need that.
Got to use their app.
You think that guy's got an insurance policy? Maybe Home Depot actually insures their guys.
I sincerely feel bad. That's.
Listen, this is very, very important. You know what's coming up, and it's coming up on the 15th, which is what, Monday or this Sunday. So you have to call Integra now. They're going to be open late, but open enrollment closes for people that are going to start their new health plan come the 1st. You have to do it now, and if you haven't shopped, you know, Kaiser's going down, I think, 15%. I think Bright is going down 25%. If you're not in the right plan, if you've been paying too much for your health insurance, please call Integra, and you have to do it soon, like in the next day or two. Integra Insurance, 303-466-5500. Open enrollment only comes once a year. It's very, very, very important. 303-466-5500. They do Medicaid and Medicare as well.
These are some of the comments we get from the hundreds of thousands of people who told me to get a free copy of my best-selling book.
You don't think we should do it Monday or what?
And I want to give you a free copy of my book because according to Time Magazine, Wall
Okay.
Street's retirement plans and 401ks have failed millions of Americans. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I've discovered a way to grow money potential double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealthy on Wall Street now to get your free.
The guy needs to settle down. He sounded like he was on something.
What's that?
He needed to settle down. He sounded like.
Who said that?
The
He's
guy.
been talking about trying to figure out something. It was like, dude, just what did she pay?
Tell me that wasn't classic. I come back to him and he's still talking.
I know.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
He's got a collection of broken antennas in his sake. I've got news for you, man.
I don't get it, man.
The thing is, most people don't know what people are doing, you know, when trades come into their house.
They think Home Depot fucking... I'll tell you what the perception is Home Depot sends their employees out. The nice people you met there. The nice old guy or someone.
Or that somehow they were at least cleared in something, you know. Home Depot wouldn't just let anybody come to my house.
That guy's a moron. God. That guy just literally, I didn't even have to yell at him. There wasn't one person listening that didn't realize he's an idiot.
So
there wasn't.
Right. You didn't.
He didn't even realize when you were insulting him.
Right. No. Well, he didn't realize he was on hold or on.
No, he talked the whole way through.
Wow, that was probably 30 seconds.
He didn't have the mental fortitude to know that you were insulting him.
No, he had no idea. $2,500. Buddy's like $700 any day.
But he's quoting her the cheapest price. He's trying to hook her up with a better price.
Good point. The cheapest price. 3-4 times higher than the normal price.
You're going to come out with 4 guys to get it done.
God, you're right.
500 square feet.
I glossed over that, the cheapest price.
Yeah.
There's your cheapest price.
We tell people that. You know, you go to AutoZone, get your coats pulled, buy some parts.
Yeah.
And then you bring it to us, and it's half of what you spent on parts. Yeah.
Well, not to mention the fact the code just said that it was shift solenoid A, but guess what? It's in circuit, and if you actually would have checked it out,
it was unplugged. Had a cut wire.
Yeah. Or the computer can't diagnose the fact that it's actual mechanical failure. The guy said, this is what's actually going on, so I can put your solenoid on, or I can go ahead and go forward with the repairs.
Ed, you let me go so far over, we're barely going to have any time coming back. I kind of blame Dan. He's a engineer.
Way to go, Dan.
I mean, technically you're an engineer too, right?
Don't take it. Come on.
And Bob.
But I'm good at it.
I'm good at it.
Dan was in charge of building some of those bridges we've seen around the country.
The good bridges.
The bridge to nowhere.
Well, you don't get any complaints that way.
Good point.
One guy's on it.
Don't got to be repaving it too often.
Join over 250,000 customers already geared up with Crate Club.
Our saying,
oh my God.
Close enough for tunnel work.
Force and special ops guys.
Close enough for what?
Tunnel work.
Survival gear essential.
In all actuality, when they first started Eisenhower Tunnel, they started at either side
They missed.
by 6 inches.
Yeah. Our professor at the School of Mines was the engineer.
Oh, really?
And that's where the saying came from, close enough for tunnel work in his class. He didn't start it. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the longest commercial break.
It's pretty impressive.
Tyrone's still talking through it.
Tyrone's still talking.
All right, I'm jumping right in. Listen, 303-713-8255. 30 Martino works on and off the air. Help at troubleshooter.com. We have the parole officer on. I think we got this thing figured out. But real quick, before we go to him, we're going to finish the show up with him. Daphne, get the other people that are up there. We'll call them back Monday. But Kevin and Jeff, listen, anybody out there, if you need automotive work, these guys are great. And when it comes to transmissions, I'm telling you, Jeff Vick does a wonderful job. And Jeff, I don't think I've ever said this on air before. Your pricing is better than most I have ever seen. And your warranty is just as good, if not better than most.
We try to stay, be competitive and treat people right.
Yeah, he does. He's got accounts like, the city of Lakewood or city of Parker. He's got all kinds of accounts. He does a great job, great price. If you need a transmission transfer case, you better at least call him. You're going to be happy with him. Kevin Calkin, he's got numerous different shops around town, and you guys are really wonderful, man. We get a lot of stuff, and you guys do everything, though.
Yeah.
Brake jobs, alternators, diagnostics, everything.
Exactly.
So remember, they're both on referral list. When you need a good mechanic, a good technician, a good transmission guy, referrallist.com, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Kimmer Transmission, along with all of our other ones that are great on there. I appreciate you guys coming in. Daphne, bring me up to speed. Dan, what's going on?
So Dan and I have been talking a lot during behind the scenes at the show.
Yeah, so we getting these kids out. What's happening?
Got a hold of Bonnie. She filled out a new form. It's called a permission slip. They asked for a change. Just got that into Dan's hands.
Excellent.
Dan is with Michael right now. They are getting it notarized. They will shoot that off back to Florida. The kids will be with the grandparents. Will fly to South Dakota, where we will figure out on Monday how the kids are going to be picked up from there.
So we're probably going to drive out and grab these kids, or someone is.
Drive or fly, whatever that's going to look like.
Whatever we got to do. So these kids, hopefully, we can report on Monday or back in Colorado Monday or Tuesday.
I don't know if it'll go that quick. I also spoke to Dell.
We don't even know when the funeral is.
She is going to keep me informed of when the funeral is so that Michael will know when that's going to happen. And Dr. Ken called. He said he's still willing to buy tickets, so we just need to figure all of that out.
I'm glad we slowed down on this a little. It looks like everything worked out. And Dan, the parole officer, wow, man, did you think when you called us up we were going to get this much done in 4 days?
I really didn't. And it's amazing the stuff you guys do. It's just, it's for the kids. Like I said, everyone's helping for the kids.
Dan, we appreciate you calling and wish Michael all the luck. We're still here. We'll talk to you guys most likely on Monday. And that's it, man. Have a good weekend. You deserve it, Dan. You deserve to have a good weekend. You really did get involved. How about that, a parole officer that really gives a crap about his parolee? What a strange relationship. Cool. It's unlike Nick Nolte and who was it? I wanted to say Richard Pryor, but it's Eddie Murphy. Unlike them. They had a contentious relationship. Let's see here. Moose, what is going on with you, Moose?
Yes, with the car guys, I've got a 2003 Buick Century, and when I turn my wipers on, they work fine. But when I shut them off, they stay up. They go to the up position.
Oh, what causes that? That's interesting.
I don't know.
What is that whole thing called?
The wiper transmission.
There you go.
Yeah, you got a circuit board in the motor, too. It's called a wiper cover. Could also be part of the problem.
Could it be the actual switch?
It could be a switch, but a lot of times in those, you can just replace the cover, and it's got a little circuit board that parks it and does everything.
How much is a diagnostic on something like that?
Yeah, pretty quick, $50 or less.
Yeah, man. I mean, the diagnostic might actually fix it as well, but it's going to be one of those things. You got it, Moose? You got to get it checked out. Go to referralist.com. Or you can go to, maybe, does Home Depot have, what is it called? A pro, what is it? Do they have a pro list of mechanics?
Home Depot Pro.
A Home Depot Pro.
Oh,
God.
but you're going to pay for it.
And if you didn't hear about that, if you didn't hear that call and a representative of Home Depot or someone they suggested, you've got to go back and listen to the podcast, or you got to actually listen to our Facebook. And by the way, go to Facebook, search Referral List, and you can listen to us during the breaks. Same with YouTube. Harry's got a comment on the... Oh, from this week, this Aurora police officer with the DUI, the whole bit. What's your comment, Harry? We haven't even talked about it today.
Well, during one of the, in between the part of the show, somebody was talking about it and said there was more to the story.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you're right.
Which is a bunch of nonsense. Because my comment is, if I drove a garbage truck and was caught in the middle of the street...
Yeah, your ass would go to jail. Yeah, I know, and you'd get a DUI, I know. And then the other thing that I said yesterday, thank you, man. The other thing I said yesterday about that, if you really think about it, that's just one piece of evidence, the breathalyzer. Whether or not it's admissible, the blood test or anything, to me doesn't even matter. This guy, he actually copped to it. But anyhow, that's that. We've got a lot going on. Hey, Daphne, I wanted to tell you something. Suzanne, if you're listening, Deputy Dan as well, and Deputy Doc, you guys kicked ass for me. You guys made me sound really good this week, and I truly appreciate it. Kudos to my staff. Ugly Ed, I throw you right in there with that, too. Throw him under the bus.
What do I always say about Art of Granite that I love? You can get prices on